You just tuned into the latest channel on Twitch. You just tuned into the latest channel on Twitch. You just tuned into the latest channel on Twitch. You just tuned into the latest channel on Twitch. You just tuned into the latest channel on Twitch. You just tuned into the latest channel on Twitch. You just tuned into the latest channel on Twitch. You just tuned into the latest channel on Twitch. You just tuned into the latest channel on Twitch.
Some men understand nothing is logical or unfunny. They can be bullied, reasoned, and negotiated with. Some men just want to watch the world laugh.
You just tuned into the latest channel on Twitch.
Oh my god. Alright, what's up, guys? Oh my god. That was good, dude. That was good. That was good. Welcome, guys. Welcome. That was quite an exclusive video. That was my first time seeing it as well.
Yep,
That was good stuff.
You know, I have to say, it had to have been one of the hardest projects I've ever worked on in my entire life. You know, editing it, I cried several times just with the raw emotions feeding into this. You know, it's impossible not to.
I think I'm just gonna pretty much like full cam you at this point because like they don't care to see me. They want to see you. You know what I mean?
Well, I mean, you can set your grid to specifically not show or to only show like screen share / video performance.
What do you mean? How do I do that?
What? You don't know how to fucking filter Discord?
Show
All right,
my camera. Wait.
You do, yeah, you do show my camera on the top right. There's more, right? Uncheck show non-video participants. It's the 3 dots.
Oh.
Well, you want to show your own camera. That's how you're getting your camera view.
No. I know. I just hit the wrong button. Okay, there we go.
So now
like
you grid in. There you go. Yeah,
okay,
I got
cool.
you.
Wow, what the fuck? Why no one told me this? All these podcasts, and now okay, this is going.
None of them use Discord. Not a single one.
All right. Welcome, guys. Hello? This is the Ashen Order Guild interview, and this is the guild leader, and I'll let him introduce himself.
Hi, my name's Hackett, but you've probably known me as Sigs Cockfits. That's the full name, but they're never going to use the last name for anything. I'm the Infactu PR representative for the Ashen Order, and it's been an adventure to say the least.
There you go.
Wait, there's Puffy. Puffy might actually be online. We might have more representation.
Puffy?
Yeah, Puffy. He's the one who made the throat noise on that one video that we subtitled unnecessarily long because we thought it'd be a funny bit, and it kind of was. It was kind of all right. Cool Man's here too. We have all these people. Not a single one of them responded to my ping. Yeah. But yeah, I help run the Ashen Order alongside our co-captain Breezy. And he handles the actual playing the video game aspect. I handle the cinematic roleplay experience.
There you go.
Which is a horrible way to word it. Horrible way.
I think you guys make like a pretty good duo from what I've seen on the videos and stuff like that too. God.
I've known Breezy for like 6 or 7 years now, which doesn't sound like a long time, but oh my fucking god, the things we have been through. We have like this like weird like clash of fucking wavelengths where sometimes it's hilarious and sometimes we just want to beat the shit out of each other. It's like it's like a 50-50 shot.
Okay. And he's also a streamer as well too, correct?
Yes, he just recently had like started actually streaming. So we both come from more of a background of like VR chat type stuff because I kind of introduced him to the roleplay scene in VR chat, which is just as cringy as it sounds, for the record. But when we were picking up Mortal 1 way back in the day, him and I streamed it, and it was one of the most fun and unique experiences we had ever had. So we vowed that once the Mortal Online 2 finally came out, whenever the fuck it was like actually playable, that we'd stream the living shit out of it. And in the middle of beta, we had the fucking idea of like, what if we just made our own god or goddess? What if like we're fucking like there's lore to the land, and it's pretty cool, the story behind it. I don't know if you've looked into any of the actual story behind Maryland, but or however it's actually fucking pronounced. But we were like, so gods are introduced to the pantheon via like the amount of belief in them, and theoretically that means if enough of us believe in the Ashen Goddess, then the Ashen Goddess is real. It's canon, right? It's real. So we thought of the only rational thing we could do in this circumstance was to make a cult. and pawn it off as a religion.
The only rational solution, of course.
Of
I
course.
watched. I think it was on one of your YouTube comments, like one of your first videos, and someone was like, "Why is it every time you play one of these games, you always end up making a cult? Is this like a normal thing?"
It's not intentional. I just think it's funny. You do like the generic D&D, like, I'm an old man with magic wizardry bullshit, right? You do that stupid fucking generic voice, and then you tell them, have you believed in God before? And they just fucking do whatever you tell them to. Like that first fucking video, that first video of us making a cult, right? That was some random dude that walked into the Meduli Watchtower, and we thought to ourselves, I wonder if he'd go along with it if we just did this big, like, lined up cult joke, chanting into our mics and everything. And surprisingly enough, not only did he go in with it and, like, just kind of roleplay with us, he fucking got into the Ashen Order. He literally, like, got baptized by us. Just this random dude. Probably walked in there for some fucking, like, some lore book, and then immediately got slapped with that. It was hilarious.
So, like, was that, like, before that moment, you weren't really planning to, like, go with this kind of, like, RP, and that was kind of, like, an inspirational moment? Or...
We had joked about making a cult. And, like, that was, like, the joke idea that we'd make something around a goddess. And I was like, all right, this looks like a fucking, like, cult temple, this watchtower. I was like, what if you guys just line up there? And we literally were just joking about it. This was not, like, the most planning that went into it was you stand there, you stand there, you stand there. All right, now we have lines. Wouldn't it be funny if you guys started, like, I don't know, fucking chanting? And I was like, sing the first note of the Halo theme song. Don't go past the first note, but sing the first note of the Halo theme song into your mic. And as we started doing that, this guy actually wanders into Meduli Watchtower, looks around, and he's like, what the fuck is this? It was
That's great.
that was it. That was all it was. It was a Bartok. I don't know if you've seen him in game at all, but yeah, Sir Bartok just happened to wander into our shenanigans, and we we baptized him using a fishing pole. So it was an experience to be sure.
Is he playing with you guys to this day, or?
Nope, never saw him again. Past that day, never, not once.
Deleted his character, refunded his Steam.
Well,
He's like, I'm done with this game.
I genuinely have not seen him a single time since then. I think he commented on one of the YouTube videos, and I responded to the comment asking for some kind of contact information. Because, like, who the fuck? The guy, like, had a perfect balance of, yes, absolutely, I'm part of this, and shit posting on top of it. So we were like, that's exactly what we're looking for. That's perfect. Let's get this guy in here. And it was just, he's just gone. Maybe he died. Maybe he's just not there anymore, I guess.
Gotcha. So let's get some basic questions off here. So, how long has the Ashen Order been in Nave?
Oh, the Ashen Order specifically,
yeah,
is new. We started the Ashen Order in open beta because we got a group of people that were willing to fuck around with us when they didn't really know how they felt about the game.
Okay.
But before that, Breezy and myself had started a guild called the Impregnators, which, for advertising reasons, we didn't want to keep the name. We had a run-in with some Koto members where, like, we were just roleplay bullshitting. I was being a bard and, like, making up shitty, like, joke songs about tales that didn't exist using, like, fucking ukulele. And they were like, you amuse me, clown. Here's 200 gold. Do something with it. And I'm like, thank you, Kuthara. We made the Impregnators, and that's how it fucking started. That is literally how it started. Because we kept up with the Impregnators and kept all those contacts and continued going from there, we were able to garner enough interest in open beta for a guild that the Ashen Order was properly born.
That's cool, though. I mean, you could just be like a wandering bard and just fucking make money in this game, dude.
Yeah, that's the coolest thing about this game so far has to be the fact that, for, like, all intents and purposes, the roleplay opportunities in there are fucking far and wide, right? And so most games that don't have official roleplay servers, especially MMOs, they suffer from sort of the fuck are you doing? Shut up, kid. And then, like, they go fucking do whatever the hell they do, right? And, like, no, you laugh, but that's true, right? A lot of, like, especially this game, of all games, some guy, like, as we were getting, like, PK'd just for standing there, they started, like, yelling Russian slurs at us. So it's not too unlikely. But we Yeah, like we ended up just trying to roleplay people, and people would roleplay back, even if it wasn't great. That's not what we're looking for, right? People just kind of do fucking whatever, and if they end up reacting to what we do and they kind of like play along, then it's more fun for everyone. Like people
Right.
robbed like Team Rocket. This is a fucking call out post, all right? Team Rocket, stop stealing your fucking pants. Like that interaction is so fucking organic, but every time they see us, they immediately rob us of only our pants, kill our horses, and leave.
They
Like
kill
that's
your
so cool that
horses
that could
too?
just
Damn.
yeah. Well, it's because they only kill the horses because Breezy shot an arrow at them. Arrow he fought back once, and that's all it took. But man, it's just cool how so many people are willing to do stupid, terrible quality roleplay on this game, and it's fun. People have fun with it, or at least I hope they do.
Right, yeah. I mean, it seems like people like really are receptive to like the role play that you guys put out. I mean, I
Definitely.
don't really know if there's any other role play guilds per se. I mean, have you met
There's
any?
there's two other guilds that advertise themselves as roleplay guilds. I have never seen these people in my life. I have no idea who they are, but they
Where are
sound
they?
cool. I don't. So there's like the Dark Brood Coven or something like that, who are like
Oh,
these like dark
yeah.
magic obsessed people, and it sounds really cool. And if they're role playing it right, then that means we haven't seen them because we're not meant to see them. So that's cool. However, but I highly doubt that. I think a lot of guilds are probably slapping RP onto their guild list tag just for the sake of like, hey, look, we're an RP guild because there's not many of them, right? There's
Right.
like we aren't like a PvP PvE guild who has a little bit of roleplay. We're a roleplay guild. Like we require our members like when outwardly talking to roleplay at least like give them like may the Ashen goddess be with you, may the goddess of Ash be with you, blah blah blah, all that kind of stuff on top of it. But besides that, luckily we built our entire roleplay style on top of shit posting halfway through to ruin your immersion. So it works out if they talk normally too.
Gotcha. Okay. Yeah, it's part of the role play. It's like you have to
Yeah,
shitpost.
exactly. Well, I mean, and that's the thing that's what makes it fun. Like we could sit there and I've had an extensive history, especially through VR chat, which is like a very expressive medium for roleplay. I've had a lot of experience playing like this super dark, brooding, edgy character and doing that for 8 hours at a time, and that's all I ever am and all I ever will. But shit's fucking boring. Like, honest to God, it would make terrible, terrible stream content unless there's like a phenomenal story. And because this game has lore behind it, but isn't in like the traditional sense of an MMO showing you the lore, it's hard. It's hard to like get into the existing lore without
Yeah.
like doing the extra research on your own, right? There's not like lore nodes around or books or anything that you can really read to show you what it is. You just kind of have to like wing your way through it and learn what you will. And so we're really just trying to find some form of an RP facet that allows us to make lore for ourselves, incorporate it into our roleplay and our worlds and our interactions with people. Like for instance, the server reset. How the fuck do you explain that in lore, right? So we went, there's a calamity. The world's going to end shortly, and only we can save it because we're the self-proclaimed heroes. And to do so, you have to defeat the basic bosses. Just the normal ass bosses on the map. Like it's stuff like that that makes the world fun. It makes you feel like you're part of the world, even if it's something that you made up. It's a lot more fun feeling like you're part of something rather than just like some ant in this fucking anthill, right?
So, do you guys have like suggestions towards like lore for your guild and stuff, like in your like Discord and stuff?
No, we kind of just wing it. Sometimes we log in and they're like, "Hey, do you want to do Spider Queen?" I'm like, "Oh, that sounds like fun. I have an idea."
No, I meant like how like suggestions towards like explaining why the Ashen goddess. I'm butchering this. I'm sorry.
You're fine.
Explaining why the Ashen goddess does like certain things, or like how like you talk about her. Like you guys don't like have like little conversations like to explain like how you would explain the lore to someone else outside the guild or something.
We want it to be as scuffed as humanly possible to fit with like the RP that we're putting on. Like we want it to be as horrible and awkward as possible with every interaction we have. So the more I think, let me click over. I think the one piece of lore we gave right is literally TLDR. We believe that all came from the ash and all will eventually return to it. We are all brothers and sisters and squire throughout Nave, and the world would be a better place if we work together peacefully. That's it. That is the only lore we give them. and then everything else we'll be sitting in a Discord call, and we'll be like, bro, wouldn't it be funny if like we had like steamed water and that was goddess bath water, and like that's something we do? And I'm like, yeah, absolutely, that sounds fucking hilarious. Let's do that.
Jesus.
Like that's how most of the ideas come into this. And if one of them like DM me and was like, hey, we should do this or this, I'm like, that sounds great. I'm stealing that, claiming it as my own, and we're gonna do that.
So if I ask you like a question about the Ashen Goddess, and then I were to ask like some random other member, you would probably have two totally different answers. Yeah.
And that's it's like the most that is like the same is that like we have our general stance, right? Like you take out your torch, you hold it up, you do a bow, and that's your praising the Ashen Goddess. That's the like that's just like our generic like interaction thing with people. And for the Ashen Goddess, we believe all that came from the Ashen, all that goes back to it, right? We want peace. We just want people to work together to fight against all the enemies and calamities within Nave. That's it. Talk about the Sun God. Fuck the Sun God, Soldeus. All right, all you Soldeus worshippers out there, fuck you too. Listen, so that's a great example, actually. All right, thank you, chat member Thunderboom1. I know you too well. So basically, like, some people just happened to walk past us while we were role-playing in Meduli, like, at the Crusher. And somebody, when they walked up to us, they said, hail. And I'm like, that's the roleplay thing. I know that one. And we ended up trying to figure out how to get them integrated into the roleplay. And the first thing that they did was they did like the Dark Souls praise the sun, right?
Yeah.
And we had learned beforehand that the name of the sun god was Soldeus. We went, this sounds like a free arc, and immediately started cursing off the sun god Soldeus. And at first it was going to be normal. It was going to be like a nice interaction, like, there's another god, cool. Other people worship gods. And then the guy logged out doing that pose. So from our perspective, the guy goes, praise the sun, and fucking disintegrates. Just on the spot. And I'm like, well, that was fucking weird. And then the guy next to him also does the exact same process and dies immediately. So we're sitting there just fucking, holy shit! What the fuck did the sun god do?
Yeah, I think you said like the sun god like sacrificed or something, like his like.
Yes, you praised the wrong god.
I saw that video. Yeah.
We want it to be organic. We want it to be natural. All of the lore that comes from this, we want to be based off of interactions we've had with other players. And so from that point forward, the Ashen Goddess fucking despises Soldeus, right? And it's like, that's how we kind of make our lore. It's something happens in game, we make a haha funny joke about it, and then we integrate it into lore. Now, we do have one person actually working on a proper Bible for the Ashen Order, like scripture. He's super into like lore and like theory crafting and shit. So you're gonna do it. So he's making like proper like fucking hymns and like the tales of how the Ashen Goddess joined the Pantheon, and the story of Sir Metz, which hasn't, or Metez, pardon me, because it's all about the Mets. That's real. That's gonna be a thing. I shit you not. This is our creative process.
All right. Well, I mean, that sounds cool because eventually you'll be able to write books in game, and then you could like give that Bible to people. You can always, like the milkers, like Pizza Guy stream. How he was always handing out milk. You could just hand out little Bibles basically for the Ashen Order.
We were thinking about it. We were thinking about like we were gonna give out Bibles and samples of the bathwater. You know, you got to get a taste of heaven before you fully join in.
There you go. Yeah, for sure. There's this game called Kenshi. Have you ever played that game before? Kenshi?
Never, not once.
Okay.
I've heard of it.
So basically, there's this faction in the game, and they're called they're called like the Holy Order or something like that. Anyways, they're super religious, and if you come across their faction and you don't have this the Holy Flame book on you, they'll literally kill you on sight. So maybe that's like something you could try and do. Maybe not so aggressive, maybe like the opposite. Like you just like verbally assault them, like, or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, like is he like, that's a phenomenal idea. We might do that. Like stuff like that's fucking great. But now the problem is we can't check to see if they have the book unless they willingly tell us if they have the book or not. So, then
you can open a trade. You could open a trade, and they would, could put it in the trade window.
Yeah. Present your book to us, please.
That's how you inspect them. Is you open trade, and then they have to put it. You're just like, hey, put the book in the trade.
Papers, please. Yeah, no, like it's something that's fucking hilarious. Like I would absolutely love to do shit like that. That just sounds fun to me. And if it sounds fun, that means it's good.
There you go.
Theoretically.
So okay, so this is like one of my like very like unorthodox guild interviews because it's kind of more memey, and like your guild isn't like a normal guild like you said, like when how that guy was like putting roleplay in his guild ad. This is a little bit different because all the other guilds are more like serious, like they have claims on like land and stuff. Like that's not really your thing.
Right.
Like you just want to
Well,
you're more
So
casual in a sense, in a good way.
kind of, but also not really. So
Okay,
believe it
so
or not,
explain.
in our spare, so there's two halves of the Ashen Order, and by two halves I mean like two leadership sides, right? There's myself. I handle the recording, the cinematics, the editing, the streamer bullshit, right? Because haha, partner badge, I can just fucking do whatever the fuck I want, I guess. And I handle the PR side of things. Breezy and the other gaggle of fucks, including and not limited to fucking Just Mage who plays Speed and Zavak who plays Harkness, who's like our newest tamer, but he hasn't like been playing because he can't fucking log in. Um,
Yeah.
Not that there's anything. Every MMO has problems. Every MMO has login problems. It's blah blah blah. But anyways, so they are like some of the most dedicated groups when it comes to min-maxing off pure stats. And so they have spent countless hours perfectly perfecting these builds and endgame clade gifts and shit to make these like superhuman fucking machines. We're all very specialized. So while I handle all of the bullshit and we have fun while we do things, Breezy is constantly having our guild members actually play the video game. So there's a game plan behind it all. We've had like a plan during launch, which obviously I'm not going to get into the specifics of, but has been going along very, very well. There's been talks with other guilds and such in terms of alliance and enemies, yada yada. We've been like hard at work actually playing the video game. It's just all off camera and none of it's edited because that would make a shit YouTube video unless that's the style I was going for. So like
Right.
it's a different feeling within, right? So like in the Discord comms, usually we're like discussing plans, figuring out what we're doing, what materials we need, what like who needs to get what books, who needs to go where to do what plan. Um, and then once we have the items we need, we have like, hey, we're gonna go do the jungle boss, or we're gonna go to we're gonna build a house or whatever. Then we start shit posting while we do that, right? So there is the serious we're playing the video game and we have plans and we have things that we're trying to do within this world, in order to make our temple, in order to make a fucking like a fucking keep or like mini castle home thing, whatever the fuck they're called. But then there's also the side where we just fuck around. So it's a little bit of both. We've
Okay.
been grinding nonstop. I've had zero roleplay fun since the game has come out because I've just been min-max crafting.
Well, it's like you want to get to that point where your character's built, you know, so that you can have like the fun and you don't have to worry about
Yep,
that while role playing. You know what I mean? So,
yep. And that
um,
was precisely the reason. We min-maxed we have like a 2-week plan. And then after that 2-week spot, we should be good to roleplay properly again. And like I can then wander around and do my bullshit.
right. Okay. And then, how often do you think you're going to be playing? Assuming there's no like login issues and stuff like
There's
that.
no logging queue every single day, if possible.
Okay,
I fucking love
I
it.
don't know what I know you stream other games sometimes. I've seen like you streaming other stuff, so I don't know like
Right.
if you plan to stream this game full time for a while at
No,
least,
no, no,
or
no, no, no. So the way to work out is I usually stream at the night, right? So I stream like at 7 p.m. PST going on. And so what I would do instead is I would wake up in the morning, do my morning editing, and then I would immediately start streaming Mortal and play Mortal all morning until it's time for my actual stream slot, at which I will do my usual events. Like that would be the optimal plan for me. Because fuck, this game is great when it's great. But in terms of streaming content, when it's hard downtime and we're just doing like mundane crafting stuff, it becomes a little bit of like what am I watching here, right? And so it then relies on the personality of the streamer to carry it there, which unfortunately I lack a ton of.
what? You have a ton
I,
of personality. What are you talking about?
I have personality when I talk. See, that's my problem. I have personality when I talk to people, right? When I'm talking to people, chef's kiss, beautiful. When it's just me sitting there, dude, sometimes I'm boring as fuck. It's okay.
I mean, everybody is, at some point, sure.
Yeah, that's fair. That's fair.
When it's 100% on your personality and you're doing something boring and you're not feeling like inspired, yeah, it can be hard for sure.
Yep. During the initial grind on day of release, I had so I was just at it. We made like a fucking machine, a crafting machine. We had people killing pigs who would then take it to our butcher, who would butcher it and hand it to me. I was AFK at the fucking weapon crafting stand, just building the same fucking lowest cost thing over
Yeah.
and over and over again. I did it for 8.5 hours straight. And it was boring as fuck. So we got Narsa, my friend Narsa, who's actually in chat there, in on the Discord to play Portal 2 speedrun, and I screen shared that, right? I screen shared somebody else. So I screen shared my friend playing Pokemon Diamond and Pearl, the glittering diamond, or what the fuck it is, the remaster. I had Narse streaming Portal 2 speedruns, and I had me playing Cookie Clicker on the bottom right, and that was the stream. I was sitting there fucking vegged out on my chair, just like, oh, crafting daggers over and over again.
Yeah, I mean I think a lot of people did that. You just have like the convoy set up just to get the mats but I mean once you do it, it's then you have it forever.
Done.
So
That's it. You do it once, you're fucking done. You never have to worry about it again, right? So
Right.
it's like that's it. It's just that easy. We wanted to get it over
boys.
with as soon as humanly possible, so that we could probably do that. Yeah. I had a moment in time where I fucking lost immediately. The second I instantly lost the second daggers hit 100, because I was there 8.5 hours. I got swords maxed, fucking daggers maxed, and I started getting all the way to great blades. I got that to 70 and went, that's it. Nope. Fuck the durability. Fuck this shit. I'm
Yeah.
out.
Yeah. So how many active members do you have since launch, do you think?
On average, we have 10 to 15 people trying to log in, and then 10 to 15 people on the side that aren't trying to log in because of the login issues. So we
Right.
have like roughly like 25, 30 members that would actually be consistently playing if they could log in. But currently, in terms of people who've like been like, just fuck it, we'll sit here for 6.5 hours waiting for this queue to pop. We have like 10, 15 people who've been trying to log in.
Speaking of which, everyone check your queues.
Yeah, I'm still not in.
Check your queues, everybody.
It's there in the background. I've got it ready. So whenever it does eventually pop, fucking set.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean the fucking login. God, man. I had this whole week off. I've barely played at this point.
Breezy's in the multiplayer,
sucks.
or not multiplayer. What the fuck? What is wrong, brain? Hello? Breezy is in the military, and he took 2 weeks of leave for this fucking game.
Oh no.
We've been so excited for this. Listen, every single game we've ever played since Mortal 2 has been announced, right? We have absolutely we've literally been sitting here going, "Man, this game's fun. Sure wish I was playing Mortal Online right now, because we couldn't get anyone to play Mortal 1 with us. Like, it was myself, Breezy, and Zavek. That's it. That was all that was there for Mortal 1. And yeah, it hurt. It hurt. And so when Mortal 2 is finally like getting to a playable spate, and then they announced an open beta, we were like, this is it. This is where we get the interest. This is how we get the people in. And we managed to snag a decent amount of people, but now a lot of them are moving away from Mortal Online 2 until the game is in a more playable state. And of course, like, just to play devil's advocate here, all right, well then you launch an MMO, right? Like fucking, it's not. I understand they're Star Vault and they have like they've had their history of doing whatever, right? But like at the end of the day, launching an MMO is not quite as easy as, oh, I pressed the button and everything went live, right? But at the same time, right? Full launching a game on completely new servers without prior testing was probably not their best game plan, right? Like, there was some testing behind it where they tested the integrity of the servers and then they artificially simulated load, I'm assuming, and then they were like, oh, it works perfectly, right? But my real question here is, in terms of like towards them, would be like, why didn't we keep it in beta until we had tested those servers and then pushed it out? Because imagine the launch, right? Lyric was playing. Lyric, of all people, was playing Mortal Online. And that's fucking huge for this game. Streamers can make or break a game. And Lyric's first interaction. See what I'm talking about? It scares the shit out of me sometimes. Oh my god. Like, Lyric logged in, got kicked 6 times. He gave the game 6 fucking chances. And gone, right? He said, I will come back when it is more playable. Now, the issue with that is that the first impression that 30K people had of the brand new MMO, which is a fucking phenomenal game, great concept, fucking in-game. Once you're in-game, phenomenal. I love this fucking game. It's everything I ever wanted it to be. But the problem with this like this opening here is that those 30,000 people saw a game where you couldn't log in, and when you did log in, you would disconnect, and the combat was laggy and janky, right? Because of the latency that was introduced. And so, like, I understand they got that grant from fucking Daddy Epic, right? And Daddy Epic probably was like, nope, you're releasing this day. So it's very possible that their hands were tied in this, and that's why we didn't have a delay on launch. Because honest to God, I would rather have a game be delayed into hell. And I would rather take scrutiny for delaying the game and then launching a perfectly ready game than prematurely delaying a game so people don't complain and then having it catch flames like this. Now, we're still hitting peaks in Mortal Online. I believe the most recent peak on Steam charts shows 9.3K, which is 2K higher than release. So interest in the game is going up. It's going to be on Starvault to continue to fix and work on the queues and all the issues that we've ran into in order to keep this game where it is or keep it alive.
Yeah, I don't know if that number is going to keep going up because that was probably at a point where the reviews were much better. The reviews are, last time I checked, went all the way down to mixed from like very positive because of the queues.
Right.
And also, Steam has, as far as I heard, has opened up refunding the game past 2 hours. So we'll probably see a lot of people be refunding if they haven't already.
Yeah, it's a ticking time bomb at this point. Like we need the movement to happen sooner than later. And again, that's easier said than done.
Yeah, so we'll see in the next week, I think the game's going to change in a big way for better or worse. I mean, they said they're working on a patch right now to increase like the server capacity of players that can get in and the queue system itself. Hopefully, we might get that today. I don't know. They haven't given us really an ETA on that patch.
Good.
So
Good.
We'll see.
They shouldn't give us an ETA on this update. Which
go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
No, I was gonna go back to your point that you were talking about. That you'd have preferred if they delayed release. I don't know if you know, but they've already delayed the release, but like 3 different times.
Yep, absolutely.
Okay.
So I am very much one of the people where I don't like Star Citizen, right? That game still hasn't come out. Remember when it was like announced 7 years ago, and it was gonna launch 3 or 4 times within it, right? I would much rather have a game not release, right? People are gonna be upset, and that's fine, right? People are like, oh, I wanted it to be on this day, and now it's not on this day. Oh, this sucks. Make the game faster, devs, right? I would rather wait. If you told me in 2 years, Mortal Online 2 could be perfect service, no login queue, properly instanced, right? AFK or anti-AFK systems properly initialized into the game, right? Everything's ready. Sieging's in. All these cosmetics are in. Custom guild banners are in, right? All this other like random shit, the roleplay aspects, the fucking like extra bits and bobs, right? If you told me in 2 years, if we just all stopped playing today, and you told me in 2 years that Starvault can pump out the proper game, I'd be a happy man. I wouldn't ask for an ETA. I would rather them go, the game is ready, here you go. Rather than, well, you wanted it now, have fun, I guess. Right? Like, and that's not like a very like popular opinion. A lot of people go, if you give a deadline, release on the deadline. And if your game's shit, that's your fault. And that's also a very valid position to take on this, because if you give a date, you're essentially making a promise without making the promise, right? You're saying, this is it. We need some more time. This is it. We need some more time. This is the real one, right? Yeah, what Narce said in there, should have done 1 realistic date instead of 3 unrealistic ones. Completely agree.
Right. I mean, because it was supposed to release back in 2020 December.
Yep.
So
I
try
recall.
to think about that. It's 2022 now.
I was there. Well, I mean, and then again, like, yeah, you also have to keep in mind, you can't just make a game overnight, right? Like, I highly doubt that Henrik sits there, fucking jerking off in his bedroom, like, God, I can't wait to not work on this game, right? Like, something tells me that the developers aren't sitting there fucking like butt fucking each other all day, and then going like, God, we're making so much money. Like, I have a sneaking suspicion that they want their game, their like passion project, to work out. Now, Starvault has had a history of some kind of awkward circumstances surrounding stuff like this. However, right, benefit of the doubt, I think they want to make a successful MMO. Who would pour this much time into something and not want it to work out? right? And if that takes time, it's going to take time. Now the problem is now that the game is released, right? Regardless of them not starting the time limit or the time gameplay, right? The free month or whatever the fuck it was. Regardless of them not stopping that, the game has launched, and because the game has launched, they now have a commitment to the players. So some could say this is like the worst thing they could have done, and honest to God, some like now that we are here, in retrospect, them releasing the game before it was technically ready was technically the best thing they possibly could have done. Because now there's that pressure behind them, that constant pressure to work forward, right? Like they've had to silence the Discord 500,000 times because of the sheer amount of people going, "Hey, I'd really like to play the video game right now," right? And
That's
like
the
that
nice
pressure.
that's a nice version of what they say.
I can't say the other shit. You guys are dude. I swear to God, the Mortal Online community, really nice people. Love them so much. You know, there's nothing more fun than standing still, getting PK'd, accompanied by vocal racial slurs, and then going to help chat and going, "How do I make calcs?" And they go, "What the fuck did you just say, you fucking dumbass piece of shit? Who the fuck do you think you have any idea? Mortal Online was a better. Mortal 1 was better." Like, and I'm sitting there like, okay, so do I need like what lores do I need? Like I just like there's so many unique interactions that you have in this game that are just either one side. There's two sides of the coin. There's the, hey, this guy's pretty chill. I'd have a drink with him, and then there's the, holy shit, dude, how did this guy make it out of prison? Like, but
Yeah.
yeah, like I
You just
like
tuned into the
genuinely,
latest channel on Twitch.
I think that this pressure will only do good for Starvault, because it'll do one of two things. It'll either give them the pressure and push that they need to basically become the powerhouse publisher that we need them to be, and fix the game, add the add the AFK timer like fix for in-game Merlin, not just the queue. Give us proper queue timers, yada yada yada. Anything else they can do to properly optimize this will be fantastic, and I think this pressure will drive them to do that, or it won't, and the game will die. So, you know, it's a 50-50 shot.
The game will
Go ahead.
die to the new players. It will never die to the vets, right?
Oh,
Because
the vets are always
we
gonna
have
be there.
everything we need. Actually, the vets kind of want the game to die so that we can play and log in right now.
Yeah, exactly. Well, and like, so as funny of a point that is, right? The veterans want the game to die so that there's no queues and they can just play the game the way they want, a la Mortal 1. There is no way that this game will ever get any better if people aren't playing it, right? Like, I believe the break-even number. What was the break-even number Henrik gave
It
on
was
that one stream?
4K active subs, if I remember
4K
correctly.
active subs, right? 9.6K is now the active peak for Mortal, right? If none of them can log in, and Steam now issues out refunds for 2 hours or more, that number is going to go down a bit. It's going to go down a bit. And in terms of the people, right, you have to still take into account, right? Say it drops fucking 3,000 people, right? Now we're down to the fucking 6K, right? 6.6K, somewhere around there. What are the odds that a lot of these people are going to keep their sub up when the opening of the game was this shaky? Now, there's the argument to be made that any MMO that launches will always have some form of problems. It's gonna be a balancing act. That's the problem. They have to fix it as soon as possible to keep the people that are here playing. The vets aren't going to be enough to keep Mortal Online profitable. And when it becomes unprofitable, right, we either get the Mortal Online 1 situation where it's free to play and there's a paid subscription to uncap your skills or whatever just to get people into the game, or and this is the worst like doomsday scenario, right? The game goes down because they can't pay for the servers anymore and they can't pay for all of this. Now, I doubt we'll ever get to that point, and I fingers crossed, I hope to God we never get to that point, but it's not impossible.
I don't think it ever would. It almost kind of is impossible, in my opinion. Of course, it's just an opinion. Because like if let's say there was no login issues right now, this game is fucking fantastic. It has so much appeal to it.
Game. There's so much good to it, right? It may not have all the things from Mortal 1, but it's a fantastic fucking game.
Like even Lyric, not being able to really play the fucking game, he basically made some sort of like announcement that he was going to come back because he definitely probably sees the value in it. You know what I mean? So, and he's a big time streamer. He can play whatever he wants whenever he wants. He can
make or break this game, and if they can fix the game before Lyric comes back, then that's a potential 30K people on average that will see Mortal Online for what it really is and what it really can be. And I hope we get to that. I definitely hope we get to that. That's the
Yeah,
thing.
for sure. And it's I don't know. I don't know what is really like the issue right now, because like there was like Henrik did a stream like 2 weeks ago, not this like past Thursday, but like the one before. And
Right.
like I don't know if you've seen the video. It's basically getting spammed into Discord for like
What
the
the
past 2 days.
100? We could support up
Yeah,
to 100,000 concurrent players at once with no
yeah, and
queues,
we
no
don't even have
problem.
10K yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So like, what's going
Yeah.
on with that? I don't understand where that came from and how we're not even remotely close to that number.
I think they didn't anticipate the server stress for the major towns because I'm pretty sure it's a bunch of instanced servers for different sections that are stitched together, right? Basically, and that's where you have those load line kind of like node loading lag bullshit for the people on HDDs, right? I'm almost certain that if we were all evenly spread out on Maryland, which would never happen, but if we were all evenly spread out on Maryland and the other players were splashed into Haven, right, then I'm pretty certain that the game genuinely could support it, right? But the problem is no one's gonna just like evenly spread naturally. That's just not gonna happen. And the people that do spread are going to go to a main town if they don't have a base to go to, right? So it becomes a problem where, say, the instance queues are for the fucking Meduli node. You're trying to connect to the Meduli node, and that node is currently full, or so says the server, right? And so now you could have a problem where this is a major gathering point that players are always going to go to that is now restricting the players that logged out in there from logging back in, and it's just layers of problems there. So I'm sure I don't. And the problem is like we all will mention these problems. None of us will give a solution. There is no like easy solution to this. So you then have to figure out like they're now playing like the weirdest balancing act of like trying to keep the players who are logged in happy while simultaneously making major server changes to fix the game.
What they're talking in chat about adding more servers, Narse and Code. Um, Code, I think you're misunderstanding what that person's saying. That person is saying to increase like the server capacity, not adding like an NA server, for example, not like a completely separate physical world, but on the back end, like adding more servers to allow for more people to connect. But I don't think they can just like add more servers. I think it affects the entire performance of the game having more players in it. So they add a server, then they have to do all this other shit on the back end or whatever.
Right.
So that's why
I
they
think
haven't done it already, I'm sure. There's probably a whole plethora of issues that come with, just increasing the cap.
I feel like that would invalidate the whole concept behind the game. Having a separate server for NA. Like, I understand for ping reasons why people would want that, but I feel like the whole point of this game is it's supposed to be a persistent, living and breathing world that we're all inhabiting together, right? Like, I truly think that part of the experience is the fact that we are part of this world. We aren't just players on top of Knave, right? We are directly influencing everything that happens in this game. And I feel like splitting off the servers would be the worst solution. It would be a solution, but I feel like it would be the worst solution they even could go to, right? Sure, ping will be beneficial, and that's great. NA players will love it. Melee combat will feel more fluid, yada, yada, yada. Exit lag is a thing that's always cited because it theoretically will help you in the ways you need for getting the best possible network routing, blah, blah, blah. However, but I think having this world be alive and have this population into it would be a much better benefit for a game like this rather than having a bunch of small like clicks out in separate servers.
I genuinely believe like if we had an EU server and then an NA server separate, that eventually the EU server would just die, and then you would just end up with the same situation you have now where everyone flocks to the one server and nothing has changed except you have a lot of you have probably more pissed off people than you had before about like
Yeah,
how
probably.
it's like, oh, why'd you make an EU server, like nobody fucking plays on it, it's fucking stupid, like you just
You
end
get
up
like
with
a
the same situation.
step backwards, right?
Yeah, it's like you took a step forward and maybe it worked for a bit, and then like, okay, well now this whole server is fucking dead, and now they're going over there, and it's just the same thing eventually at some point.
It'd be hard. It'd be hard. There's no, and that's the problem with this. Like I said, there's no easy solution to these server problems. You can't just like snap your fingers and suddenly everything is fixed and everything's great because it's frankly it's not that easy. And Star Vault has to be under some immense pressure right now with like the entirety of their community just like saying, "Hey, what the fuck, guys?" And working under pressure is not a skill a lot of people have. A lot of people crack under pressure pretty easily. So I'm really I like the part that kind of hurts me, like I don't know, fucking empathetically, was when they made a post that the devs took a nap. The devs went to sleep because, people do that sometimes. And people got angry with them. They got upset that the Star Vault devs, after 24 consecutive hours of being awake, decided that they were going to get some shut eye so they could properly work on this project. It becomes it like toes the line between like this is a product that we need pushed out, right? And then you are human beings working on said project. Like where do we draw that line? When do we start caring like that hey, maybe they would work better if they fucking slept a little bit, right?
Yeah, for sure. I did see a comment. I tabbed in it. I haven't. It's hard to read the MO Discord, and I'm not really active in it now because like they have like a 30-minute slow time, so I can't even actively engage in that Discord right now. It's fucking stupid. I'll say something, someone replies to me, I can't even reply to them. It's the conversation's over at that point.
Yep.
But I did tab in and I saw someone say that like what they're not even on right now. How are they not working on this game 24/7? Like they launch it and just like let it go. It's like I saw that. I'm like,
No.
what the fuck is wrong with you? What do you mean?
It's like, it's like, damn, dude, you stay up for fucking like 48 hours working on like a fucking fire. It's not impossible to stay up that late, but like it's unrealistic. It's unrealistic to expect them to like give up their basic human needs in
Yeah.
order to
No.
fix this, right? Like, and I will bet you anything they wake up, they have breakfast, have their coffee so they can have that extra boost, and then work on Mortal Online, and then they work on Mortal Online, and then they work on Mortal Online, and then they work on Mortal Online, and then it is 7 a.m. They're gonna take a nap for 3 hours to wake up and then work on Mortal Online, right? Like they're probably in this constant wake up, brainstorm solution, push it to their actual like the actual devs theory craft this shit. They have to modify all the fucking code, make the test servers, deploy the test servers, make sure that remember on launch day the 6 hour delay because Steam had to verify the fucking launch, right? Or had to verify the servers. Like they had to give like proper proof to Steam that like servers were ready or whatever, right? Like I'll bet you anything they have to do that for test releases too. Like they could push out the test
Yeah.
release, but then once they want to push that to live, it's gonna be that delay. So it's a shit ton of work that goes into even small fucking changes.
Yeah, they're probably working like, 12 to 16-hour days on this stuff. And the thing is like it's probably like the most boring fucking shit they could possibly do, like the coding and the server stability and stuff. Like they're not working on like artwork and like animations and like, core mechanics. They're like working on like the back end shit we could never fucking
Yep.
see, and it's not going well too. So, to a certain degree or whatever. So it's just like imagine doing that for 16 hours. You know what I mean? For a week, like
Gotta
you
be
would just want to kill
demoralizing.
yourself. Just
Yeah,
like kill yourself.
it's gotta be it's gotta be demoralizing. And props to them for being so transparent as they have been. Like during the development of this game, so far at least, with like the consistent streams and the Q&As from Henrik, right? So imagine being the owner of Star Vault, right? One of the like developers releasing essentially a dumpster fire, right? Great fucking game. Servers are the only thing wrong with it, just for the record, right? And then imagine still going live with a Q&A, right? That
Oh
takes
yeah.
some fucking gall, right? That must have hurt to do, but huge respect for them to doing that. Like on the bright side, there are some companies that would have just gone, well, shit's fucked, we're working on it, and then dip, right? That's it. That's the only contact we will ever get, right? But they've been, here's our plan, here's our thing, here, like, this is what we're gonna try. We're gonna try this. We've changed this to this. We have an idea of changing this. We apologize. We're not gonna make you pay. We're going to like delay that until we believe that the game is in a playable state. Yada yada yada. Like they are being communicative to the point that we know roughly what's going on while it is happening rather than just sitting here scratching our heads. So for all this like flack that people give them, at least they're fucking communicating and they're telling us, "Hey, we understand shit's fucked. We cannot apologize enough." It like saddens us that this is the circumstance. However, but this is what we're trying to push out, right? Like we are working on it and here is what we're working on. It's things that we can't see in the back end, but we're seeing it in the front end by them telling us directly what's going on and what's happening.
Right, for sure. And as far as like, going live on that stream and having balls, I think this next stream is going to be, because by the last stream that he did, the game was still super positive reviews, and it's
You
what,
just
day
tuned into
2,
the
day
latest
3 of the
channel
launch, so
on
it's
Twitch.
100% expected. But by next week, being like a week and a half into the launch, if they're still having like these issues, that's gonna be a fucking not very nice stream, because that chat is gonna be fucking bussin'. And I don't really think he has like moderators either for his stream, so that
It
chat's gonna
doesn't
be
look like
wild.
it.
And I don't know. I
I
don't think I've seen one moderator in his chat like
I don't.
ever.
I think he uses automod. I'm almost certain that he uses automod.
Yeah. So yeah, that's gonna be an interesting stream. I mean, to be fair, it could be totally fixed by Thursday, but assuming it's not, then yeah, that's gonna be a wild one.
I hope, I hope that they fix this game as soon as humanly possible, and we play, right? Like we play it out, everything's great. Like imagine a week later that we just play the fucking video game, like nothing ever happened, and everything's awesome, right? Now, it's gonna take a bit to convince the people to flip their reviews, but I even with the reviews as negative as they are, and for the record, the negative reviews are deserved. At this point, they're definitely deserved.
Sure.
Like, I'm not trying to discredit their work and discredit like what they've done, obviously, but because the game has like released and
Oh yeah.
so
What the fuck is going on?
what are you scouting out my boy Narse? I can tell you all the shit you need to know
Well,
about
he
him.
said he got sent a
Narse
free
is
key, so I clicked on his
one of my better
profile.
friends. You're push to talk.
Oh, I'm sorry. Yeah, he said he got a free key, so I clicked on his profile. I was gonna see. I was like, wait, what? Is this like a big time streamer or something?
Yes, he is a
Oh, okay.
huge fucking streamer. He streams things like Coin Game and VR chat.
What's coin?
He's my bet. He's what's Coin Game? A game you won't stop fucking telling me to play. Listen, he is the creator of the official hit rap single "Stuffed Shark." All right, I don't think you've heard real music till you have heard "Stuffed Shark." Absolutely, I'll have to DM it to you. It's a beautiful song.
It sounds beautiful. That sounds
Oh, it's
very interesting.
it's beautiful. But back to Mortal.
Mhm.
Yeah, I mean that's all that really could be said. Like game's broken right now, but the game itself is good. The game itself is fucking phenomenal. Server issues suck dick. That's it.
I was gonna, well, getting back to your guild specifically, I was gonna ask, so what can you tell us about like future plans for your guild? Like, are you like, do you know what area you want to be living in? Like, if you guys are planning on plopping down like a village, or do you guys plan on eventually going for a castle or a stronghold, or kind of like what can you tell us about future stuff?
In terms of like what I can actually say, we would fucking love to have a castle. Is it gonna happen? Probably not. with like
Right.
our size and our relative size of commitment, right? Like these absolute like fucking huge RPK PvP guilds are gonna kick our fucking asses, right? But one of the core things that we've always wanted to get as the Ashen Order is a true neutral tavern. We want to make a social gathering tavern that is open to literally fucking anyone. We'd pay people to guard it, like skilled player PvPers to guard it, so that if anything does happen, they can fucking slaughter the opposition, right? But we want to make a tavern called the Smoldering Ember that is open to all, that has RP drinks and food provided, right? And sometimes music and entertainment kind of bullshit. That is our end goal. Do we think it's like gonna happen? It might. People have been pretty nice. We have people, so we're allies with the coalition, right? And as such, we have people who are supposed to be enemies with us,
Right.
and they fucking walk up and talk to us and have fun.
just tuned into
Like
the
one of our
latest channel
sworn
on
enemies that
Twitch.
we've even said in the video is the sworn enemy wants to work with us for one of the most hilarious RP bits that I've ever fucking heard of. And I'm not gonna spoil it, but it's gonna be pretty fucking good. So like in terms of our goals, we want to make a pure social tavern that allows us all to fucking hang out and talk after wars and shit like that. But in the end of the day, our main goal is gain strength, right? In terms of crafting prowess, PvP prowess, we're going to do war games and shit with the coalition and our own members to train them up to make sure that they are PvP capable. That's not our focus. We don't engage PvP unless we are engaged. But we want them to be ready for if a fight happens, and we want to help protect the Meduli desert area. We hope to eventually be somewhere in the world in terms of like land claim, but I don't think it's a really realistic goal until we get to the level where we can consistently fight these other people. But that's pretty much it. Our goals are largely centered around making this RP universe town bullshit so that people can come over and relax from the game rather than just fight each other to the death and tell us exactly how you fucked my mom, right? Like,
Jesus.
that's what it's been, dude. Some of these people are like fucking, they sound like they're 12. It sounds, you know what it gives me vibes of? It gives me Modern Warfare 2 lobby vibes. That's what I feel from this game sometimes. Because I'm like, hey, dude, how's it going? I like your armor. They're like, fuck you, you fucking piece of shit. I'm gonna fucking shove my sword up your ass, you dumbass asshole. You're bad, you're trash. And I'm like, so what is your opinion on the current social economical climate change problem? Right? Like it's and they get pissed. They get upset when you don't get upset. It's fucking hilarious.
Oh my god, that's so funny, dude. Like people are actually talking to you like, because I don't get those
Yes.
interactions. I don't get that, man.
Well,
I
it's
feel like I'm
because
missing out.
okay, well, here's the thing. Do you like engage in PvP with them, right?
Yeah,
When
we
they
kill
fight you,
people, all the time around our town and stuff. But like,
we seldom kill people unless they are grayed and actively fighting people. We seldom kill people. And what's funny is we only ever leave when we roll out with shit tier gear, so that if somebody does rob us, they get fucking nothing from it. Like just the worst possible waste of their time and reagents as possible. And our goal, because 95% of the like YouTube content creation side of this game is best PvP guild and knave, 336 confirmed kills montage with like some really shitty fucking song behind it that you can't hear anything over. We want to make it as awkward as an interaction for them as humanly possible so that it's funnier for us when they kill us. So usually, if we don't think we could take them at all, we'll just run around shouting really weird, embarrassing shit. Like in one of the videos, like I'm just, you wouldn't need a little guy, would you? Come on, I'm just a little baby man, dude. What's going? Come on, man. I'm just a little. It's my birthday. I'm the birthday boy, right? Because like one of two things happens. Either one, they can't use the audio from that clip when they use it for their montage, and that's a personal win for me. Or they actively seek us out for those reactions. Free advertisement. It's fucking nuts. It's fucking easy PR. Literally, no PR is bad PR. That's the thing. And so like, we just want to make things awkward, and so we get targeted a lot because we're not a PvP guild, and we will not engage in PvP unless you fuck with us. In which case, we will happily retaliate. But that's what most of our interactions have been. As of recently, though, since the videos have had a little bit of traction, a lot of people will come up to us, even enemies, and they will praise the Ashen Goddess, and they will do all sorts of stupid shit like that. Like literally, we have people they're like they'll take out their torch. They always do the torch thing, which makes me so fucking happy. They'll take out the torch, they'll put it up, they'll block, they'll like bow, they'll like praise me the Ashen Goddess. I mean, yes, of course, I appreciate you working with us. We've gotten free gold for it. We've gotten people not to kill us before, or not to kill us because we're part of the Ashen Order. Like it's that side of things is fun. So, yeah. I'm
no,
sorry, I ranted.
no, you're good, dude. Like this is your interview, man. Rant all you want, dude. You're
People still
representing here. So
we did a single bit where Puffy's does crack because like that was just a funny character bit, and apparently people still specifically ask him if he does crack still. Like people remember our lore, which is really weird. So like people will walk up to Speed and ask him for directions and shit because we've been using him as this like mysterious exposition person. It's been yeah, Team Rocket doesn't even kill us anymore. They just take our pants. Exactly, Hero. That's the thing. But yeah, I mean like in terms of plans for the game, just to simplify it and keep it all together. We want to stay in the Meduli area. We love the people in Meduli. We're friends and like allies with the coalition and all the people within, and we try to just be friendly with fucking anyone. Like even if you're our enemy, if we haven't specifically been told to kill you, we don't give a shit, right? Fuck it, we'll talk. If you come up to us and you talk, we'll talk, right? So we just want to build an area that is a social space that allows anyone to come by and talk,
You
which
can
is
tune
going
into
to
the
be
latest
our
channel on
our
Twitch.
tavern, the Smoldering Ember, whenever that fucking gets made.
So, question then. About the like you're in the coalition. Do you
Correct.
have allies outside the coalition? And if not, do you see that being an issue making a separate alliance from your other alliance? Because obviously it doesn't. You know what I mean? Like, what happens like if you're running with the coalition, you run to your other alliance and they start killing them? You know what I mean? Like, where are you at with that?
So we are currently only allied with the coalition allies. Those are our direct allies. Our personal take is that if the coalition says, "Hey guys, we're gonna," so like let's talk about that, right? So like Legion is our sworn enemy, and we even did that in the videos. But they just want to RP with us. They just think we're fucking hilarious, and they want to have fun with us, right? But they are on the enemy list, right? So if say Koto says, "Hey, we are going to war against Legion," we will ally with the coalition, and we will fight against Legion, right? We will do our part to as part of the coalition to fight alongside them for whatever wars or whatever the fuck they call us upon. Like whenever they call upon us, we will do our jobs. But besides that, we don't really make allies with people. We just don't ever engage. Like, if you want to come by and roleplay with us, by all means, right? We'll fucking roleplay with you. We're not if we're not on a war band, we're not fucking like fucking rampaging through with like the guild, right? Then fuck it, come talk to us. Like we do not have formal allies outside of the coalition because obviously we're technically not allowed to. I'm assuming we don't actually know for sure. We haven't asked, but that's how we handle it, right? And until that becomes a problem, that is how we will handle it.
Okay. So, and so how does like recruitment work for your guild?
You just ask nicely. Maybe
Right.
like give me a pat on the back, tell me I'm a nice person.
Because
And
you guys,
you
I don't
know,
think you guys post in the Mortal Discord, right? You don't like have a guild
no.
recruitment.
No, most of our recruitment has been gotten through the Reddit posts that we've done for like on the actual Mortal Online Reddit for our videos, and then the other half of our recruitment has been through my stream, like my
You just
existing
tuned into
community,
the latest
and
channel on
random
Twitch.
ass people walking up to us in Meduli going, "Praise be the Ashen Goddess." We're like, "Hey, you did the thing. I know that thing. That's awesome.
Hey, that
You
looks
should.
familiar.
You
What's
should
up?
I know that one." Yeah, literally. So like we're like, and then they'll be like, "How do I join?" And we're like, "Welcome in." We do have like a sort of semi-formal like interview type thing that we do in our Discord. But largely, like if we're just in Meduli, we go, "We're gonna go to Spider Queen," and like that's our RP thing for today. And some random dude goes, "You have my axe." Then we'll go, "Okay, come on in." Like
That's a
they'll
good.
just fucking like roll by. And that's the thing, right? Like we're fine to work with whoever is there. We don't mind. We don't care. It's just fun for us. That's it. It's just fun. Recruitment is literally ask us. Walk up and ask us. Roleplay is even better because we're a roleplay guild. We only like in VC, we're not like always role playing. Actually, most of the time in VC, we're not role playing. We're discussing stats and like what we need to do and plans and shit like that. But then when we're out in voice chat, we're always fucking role playing, even if it's shit posting. So if you want to join the Ashen Order, just come up to us in Meduli, praise the Ashen Goddess, or just fucking talk to us, and we'll be like, okay, cool. And then we'll pull you aside for an interview in the Discord at some point. And if you seem like a good fit for what's with the weird face zooms, it's comedy. I learned it from YouTube. Do you not like them? But anyways, so basically, that's it. That is the entirety of the process. You just ask, and we'll be like, sure.
Okay, so like they could come to your stream too and like talk and chat and ask for like a Discord invite, and you'll give them a Discord invite
Yeah,
or whatever.
yeah. We and obviously our Discord has your mental. Thanks. So basically, we have our Discord sectioned off in a way that specific people can't access 95% of the channels. There's like the general chats for whoever's in the Discord, and then there's a role request for if you're interested in actually joining and getting access to all these things. And then there's like 3 separate layers of roles that allow you to get more and more sensitive information depending on whatever the fuck you end up being on. But yeah, we have a baseline like you want to walk around with us, and we go, okay, sure, fuck it, dude. Do you have legs? Just press WASD right next to us. It's that easy.
Have you ever
And
gotten
if
like
you,
incredibly like weird individuals that are just like, oh, okay, dude.
oh god, Adhara was the weird. So I've had 2 people that have been really weird that I've ran into. So one of them was Adhara, and Adhara we thought was like some fucking e-girl because like that's what their mic sounded like in game. And it turns out it was just some dude using a soundboard to see how many people would believe him. But they had the only like one of the sound clips that they had was just like some like really creepy singing of like the hush little baby don't you cry, that fucking song, just terribly creepy singing of that, and they kept doing it over and over again. So like, they're the siren, they're our siren, they cast magic through yelling. And they stuck with us for like hours, and when we ended up going to the spider cave, not only as like on the way to spider cave, we're like, oh hey, by the way, I am now a male, and we went, oh, okay, sure.
What the fuck?
What? Like, I mean, okay, dude. And we once we get to it, we went in, we fought the Spider Queen, we lost. We got wiped, right? It turns out that they were backstabbing us. They were double crossing us. And they made an entire YouTube video called Betraying the Ashen Order, where they were like, look how clever I am. They thought I walked into the boss room, but I didn't. Oh, whoa, what a card. And then they like they DM'd me afterwards. They're like, hey dude, I just want to let you know it's nothing personal. I just was, it was good content. I didn't mean to hurt you. And I'm like, dude, what the fuck? Who hurt you? That we don't care. Good job. It's funny. And then
Yeah,
you know
that's
the
funny.
second would be any fucking member of Milkers, where I bought milk off of one of them, and they gave me like horribly cooked food poison inducing charred Alvarin corpse, which was really morbid because you know I was an Alvarin. But you know, I mean, like you run into all sorts of weird ones. There was Timmy with like 16 Ys who asked if I was his dad, and then said his dad left for milk. So you know, kind of sad, kind of morbid, but like there's a bunch of interesting characters like that.
You just tuned into the latest channel on Twitch.
Damn. I had another question, but I kind of forgot what it was. Sorry. Um,
You're fine. We can bullshit, just talk. If you don't have to have fucking scripted. We can just bullshit talk about shit.
why is I don't look dead tired. I don't look as tired as usual, at least, I feel like.
What's your camera settings?
Horrible. I don't know. It's fucking blurry, man. I think it's something with G Hub. I don't fucking know how to fix it. How are you streaming your camera right now? You said it's on OBS?
I have like a bunch of OBS settings to make, and like I have like proper even lighting and shit. So like I have like a big ass light in the corner. Oh my god, I forgot the flame lights.
Wait, he has like nitro streaming quality, 1080p. What is this?
Hell yeah, that's what I did.
Fuck?
That's why I did the fucking damn, the lights were off the entire time. My entire facade is ruined. I'm just screen sharing off OBS. I can help you like optimize camera settings. There's a bunch of shit that you can do.
Can I do it now, or would I have to do it off stream?
You could do it now, but it's a lot of downloading random shit. So it'd probably be best off
Yeah,
stream.
okay, yeah, then yeah, just don't worry about it. But yeah, my shit's like super blurry when I do these like podcasts lately. I don't know why. It's something we gotta like. I gotta like fix my shit.
Honest to God, just set up your OBS shit, and then make a window for OBS that's just your camera, and then just screen share that. It's a lot easier than like press the fucking camera icon and hope for the best, hope it
Right,
auto
yeah.
settings. So yeah, oh yeah, I use a C920. I don't know if you use it.
I have a
yeah.
Logitech camera. It's like a
Wait.
4K camera, but you wouldn't know.
That's a 4K fucking camera? What did you do to this, Putzen?
I don't know.
What the fuck did you do to your fucking camera? Oh god. But yeah, I mean that's largely like all our guild really fucking is. I mean, we have people who are like properly playing the game in the background, obviously, but I fucking hope to make content for this game that isn't just a PvP simulator, because most of the videos from Mortal Online 2 sucks dick, unfortunately. Like, not to be rude, but to be rude. Some of these videos is just fucking like hardcore dubstep over a guy missing 13 swings in a row and then hitting one. And like, especially like on some of these like these guild intros too that I've seen on like your previous streams and shit.
Yeah.
Right? RPK coming for this boy? Hey, RPK fucked us in fucking Mortal Online 1. Remember when RPK made a fucking house straight outside of Tindrum's front fucking doors? And they were just constant PKing us in Graveyard? You remember that shit? I don't know. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, shit happens. Like, there's like a lot of history
You
with this
just
fucking
tuned into
game.
the latest
Like,
channel
You don't
a
on
lot
like-
of new
Twitch.
players won't understand either, too.
Yeah, I mean, like, and that the thing is like a lot of people like, you know, probably weren't popular in high school, and they compensate via melee combat in Mortal Online too. So a lot of them are like, this melee fight, this epic. Look at me 1v3 these people. It's like, awesome. You got plenty of skill. Congratulations, that's awesome. Why can't I hear the combat? Why is it just dubstep bass boosted? Why couldn't you just let me like hear the cool part instead of just in the fucking background?
Yeah, you want like the immersion, is what
Well,
you're.
fuck immersion. I just want to be able to hear the sword hit the fucking guy. It's like the audio balancing of these like flex videos is like, oh. But in reality, keep in mind, right? As like jaded as I am against it, I think that the PvP flex videos have a place inside of the content creation sphere. Because if you're gonna spend thousands of hours to get good at something, you're gonna want to fucking have something to show for it, right? And so for a lot of these people that like aren't desperately trying to compensate for themselves or fucking whatever, right? A lot of these people are just like, look at this thing that I've done. I've poured time and effort into and skill into practicing and like perfecting this craft of PvP combat in this very unique game, and here it is. Here is what I have done. And they may not have editing experience, so that kind of like ruins behind it. But I mean, like, there's a position for PvP videos. Wolvesiet's fucking tutorial videos got us through a lot of like trudging through the game because we were able to just click a video and instantly know half the shit we should know. So there's tutorial videos with the PvP videos, and I really hope that somebody takes the editor slot, or like the YouTube slot of the haha funny videos, right? Like, we do roleplay comedy videos, which is great and all, but they're roleplay videos at the end of the day. We toss lore in there. I just want someone to go in, have an enjoyable time, and then make like highlights of that video or of that playthrough and push that out, right? Like, we just need actual content to watch that isn't just yeah, huh, yeah, right? Like that for fucking 15 minutes straight with awkward jump cuts at wrong times.
Yeah, I mean, definitely need more like content creators for the game. Like, because right now it's just like you said, like you kind of have like a corner on the market for like the RP videos, and then there's like there's like a shit ton of like different people making like different guides about whatever, and then you have like the hardcore dubstep rap like PvP videos, and that's pretty much it, right? Like I don't know if there's really anything else.
There's one other content creator that made like, it was like a, what the fuck was it? It was a New Year's video, I'm pretty sure.
A New Year's
I can't
video?
remember the fucking name. Somebody was like started to make like funny content, but I can't remember because like I remember the person like had one video that was hilarious, and then the rest were like PvP shit. Actually, oh wait, chat's fucking helping. Evelyn. Yes, I think so. I'm pretty sure Evelyn's doing that. But the problem is like they like dip their toes into like funny watchable content and then translate directly back over to look how well I could swing this sword. Which in a game of melee combat is a pretty good video. However, but like I just wish I don't know. I wish there was more content that like I could binge watch, right? Who's gonna sit there and like watch 3 hours of fucking clang 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 dead, clang 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 dead over audio you can't really hear that's like blasting way too loud? But then the argument could be made that like who the fuck wants to watch a bunch of grown adults play make believe? So, there's two sides to every coin. You're on push to talk, by the way.
No, I know. I was trying to think of what I wanted to say, but basically, yeah. I mean, like this video is extremely like hardcore PvP. It's you like when people make these like PvP videos, like and they're using like the dubstep and the rap. It's kind of like emphasize a point like of how good they are, like because
Right, it's like the feel good music, right?
yeah,
Like that like power up music.
yeah, that's like so like the rap and like those kind of like harder core music that they're put like if it's like Viking music, that's more for like the immersion factor, right? But when you see like these other people who are using like rap, like obviously they probably like rap, but on the other side of it, they're like it's like another factor of how like they're trying to add like another element of like how bad they're owning it.
Badass. Like look at this shit. Badass. Look how fucking well I'm kicking your ass to this music nonetheless. And like and just for the record, those videos aren't bad in the sense that like those videos shouldn't exist. I think PvP videos for games that you're into are badass, right? Like what's not cool about watching one person fucking like slam dunk 32 other people single-handedly, right? Like that
Yeah.
takes skill, that takes time, it takes effort, it takes practice, it takes a shit ton of things, right? Like that's it's fucking cool. But, you know, it's just not for everyone. There's nothing wrong with that.
And like those types of videos plays a lot into the like political sphere of the game too.
Right.
You know, it's a lot like, you know, some of it is like, oh, probably a lot of it is propaganda, and we can't just know that. Like that video that you saw where that guy just like 1v10 those people with like a few edits in there. Maybe those edits were fucking massive for context, right? That you can't know. And he
Yeah,
actually did do
exactly.
shit in the video, but you can't know that because like all you see is the video.
It's very possible that fucking like so there's a lot of like one of the coolest features of this game is without a doubt like the natural social political side of things, right? Where these are like real people having largely real interactions of like territory dispute, and because there's no like if there's no in-game like features that like let you actually claim land, which is a fucking great, like I'm glad that they don't have that. Like it breeds this natural series of interactions between these people, and it's really cool to see them get genuinely angry at shit that happens in this fucking video game, right? It's cool because it shows how fucking passionate they are and how into what they are doing they are, right? Like the videos, like you said, from a propaganda standpoint, technically one of our first videos is theoretically that, right? The North Order, who's a part of the coalition, they're allies with us. We're good buds. Before we were in the coalition, fucking completely murked us, right? And we had it all on to Twitch stream, we had it all on recording, and as such, we made a video. In the beginning of the video, we started it off with them like killing us, like absolutely slaughtering us, while we just didn't fight back because we thought it'd be funnier. And as such, like that could be seen as a sort of propaganda, right? Like, and at the end of the video, we gave them a fucking redemption arc. One of them came back and said, "Hey, we're sorry, have some armor back." And we went, "Oh, okay, cool. I guess we're good now," right? But like, it really shows how these videos and the influence of the people seeing these videos can completely sway the people that are working with these individuals. And I think it's really interesting, and it's a cool feature to me because we've never played a game or I've never played a game like this that has like a proper communicative political stance within it. And I think it's interesting that you can have such real interactions within it.
No, for sure. Like, you know, if someone knows they're gonna be on a video, especially or like a stream, even like you're definitely gonna get probably like a different reaction out of them than you would if
Definitely.
they knew they weren't gonna be. You know what I mean? So,
Yeah.
it definitely straightens out a lot of people from like being like super toxic, like how they might be if they knew they thought they were gonna be off camera.
Well, I think for a specific group of people, it actually, the fact that they're going to be on camera and all that shit is actually an enticement to them. Like, I'm almost certain after this interview, people are going to fucking hunt me down because I don't like the PvP videos, because that's just my personal opinion. It's just not my style of things that I watch, right? Like, I don't fucking watch any of it. But, right, like, I think it's also interesting that these people, like a lot of people will like just want to ruin other people's experiences because they get like some kick out of it. And like there's griefers in every game, like who fucking gives a shit? But in an open world PvP open loot game, it's way easier for them to do that. So like they'll naturally be drawn to this type of game. And there's nothing more satisfying to me than when shit like this happens, and I'm just like, oh no, my basic armor that has terrible stats. What am I gonna do? Anyways, let's continue on with what I was doing right before that, right? Like it's like it's interesting to me. Oh wait, somebody actually did it in chat. I'm going to slam your ass and put it in my PvP video, kid. Can you leave the audio on? I'll say some really funny shit. Also, make sure to put Ashen Order in the bottom, and if you wouldn't mind, leave your HUD on so they can see my name and my guild tag, so they'll eventually look it up, and I'll get free clicks off of it. Thank you. That's the best thing. Being a content creator on this game is fucking easy. If the PKers hunt you down, fucking free advertising. If you have genuinely good interactions, fucking free advertising. You literally cannot lose. All you have to do is not get upset.
If you really want Team Rocket to come hunt you down, just tell Evelyn.
They already do.
Just tell Evelyn how bad her Pokemon music is on all her videos. She'll hunt you down forever.
Wait. The fucking Team Rocket makes videos? No fucking
Yeah,
shut
Goth
up.
Moth is the guild leader
I
for Team Rocket.
What the fuck?
Goth Moth on
Holy
YouTube.
shit! Well, yeah, they're the one who made the video. It was the New Year's. The Team Rocket. I fucking forgot. That's right. That was the gimmick behind it. Holy shit! I almost forgot about that. I don't know. I think it's interesting. I think it's funny. Like I really enjoy the fact that I can counter ruin someone's day by not having my day ruined.
Yeah,
It's an
right. That's
interesting.
such a weird mentality.
It's weird. Well, it's weird to think about because like some people just want to like fucking shit down your throat and like, haha, look, I really got that guy. Aren't I cool? Yeah. Wow, fuck yeah. And then you're just like, well, all right. And then you go back and you pick up one of your spare 36 armor sets and you put it on and your day continues. That's why we literally only like I said at the beginning, we literally only ever leave with shit gear, shit weapons, shit armor, lowest level possible horses, nothing on us, no money or anything. We literally only leave with shit stuff in the hopes that if people PK us, they've now wasted their time, effort, energy, reagents. Like we really and if we kill one of them, haha, fuck your Jadeite.
Right. I love how Jadeite's not even like that good of a material, but you're like,
It's not.
Jadeite.
It's not. But you had to spend it because of us. Yeah, everyone. Yeah, exactly. Griefer there is completely correct. No one cares about the loot. It's the salt, and that's why you just make the interaction as awkward as humanly possible to just completely ruin their experience with it. They want to hear people be like, "No, come on, stop it! What the fuck, guys? Like you're hurting. It's my armor, right? Like we just want to make you uncomfortable in any way we can.
Pretty much.
It's fun.
Yeah.
This game is so fucking fun. I love that this is just a thing that can happen. I can walk down the street and I will either get mugged, have a nice genuine conversation, or hear someone yell Russian slurs. It's one of the three, and it's an adventure every time.
Don't forget to check your queues, everybody. Check your queues.
I'm still not in. Never will be. It's been on.
It's fucking crazy, man. It's crazy.
I mean, at least like yesterday we had 12 members desperately trying to log in, and we had 3 people make it in yesterday. I'm pretty sure. I'm almost certain we only had 3 make it in yesterday.
You know what's fucking broken about the game too, in the queue system, is like if I wanted to just log into one of my alt accounts right now and make a new character and play in Haven, I can't even fucking log in to go to Haven because it's tied to the fucking normal login. You know what I mean?
What?
Like you have like the main login, right, for like that's Maryland and everything, and then you have the Haven login. But you can't get to the Haven login without going to this login and then going to Haven login.
Oh my god. Wait, does it queue into fucking Haven? I thought there was gonna be a
there's the queue into the whole normal game. Oh, sorry. There's a queue into the whole normal game, and then there's like the Haven queue, but you have to go to through the normal game queue just to get to the Haven queue. Like it makes no fucking sense.
What? We've been out of it. Like we prepped for Haven. We hard prepped for Haven.
Yeah, fucking Viren, yes you do. Go fucking like start up a new Steam and try and create a character right now. You will sit in the normal fucking queue like everybody else. I'm not wrong. I've done it. I've done it all day. You cannot make a new character without going through the normal queue because you have to log into the game first.
I have no idea. It could be like on the most recent patch that they just did. Oh, it's once you have a character you can.
Yeah, once you make the character and you're in Haven, you're good, but you have to make the character first, right? So you have to go through the normal queue just to get to the Haven.
To log in to get to the created character screen. The queue isn't a queue, it's an RNG lottery. Now, when I heard that for the first time, that was a little surprising. I've never seen a queue system that is full RNG, hope to God you get in. Like is this confirmed or is this speculation? That's the real question.
What, you're talking about the lottery thing?
Yeah, is it actually is it genuinely a lottery or
I think it's been proven. I mean, they haven't come out and said it, but it's like, okay, I'll be in a queue for like 5 hours, then like my guildie gets on, he gets in it for like 10 minutes and he's in. It's like, okay, well, fuck me, I guess.
Yeah, I was gonna say it sure feels like it. It sure fucking feels
no,
like
it 100% is, and that's probably one reason why they don't have your fucking queue number on the fucking queue.
That would make sense.
Like, why do I not know what fucking position I'm in, but I've been in it for fucking 10 hours now?
I just want to play the video game, man. That's it. I just want to play the video game. That's it. That's all I want.
I just want to fucking cry at this point. I just want to go back to work so I can make that excuse that I can't play anyways.
So I actually had a question for you here. Mm-hmm. So there was some conversation about like the fact that like on their position of we don't want to wipe this persistent world, right? What is your opinion on, instead of a world wipe, once everything's fixed, servers are set, everyone's ready, what would be your opinion on a world wipe rather than a character wipe? Like, not a full wipe, just a wipe of the world, the territories that have already been claimed. Like, I'm pretty sure some people had a keep 3 hours into the game, which theoretically should be impossible, right? It should be a little impossible to do that in 3 hours, right? So it's like, what is your opinion on them wiping the state of the world once everything is fixed, rather than wiping characters? Would you think that that would actually benefit the game, or just it wouldn't fucking matter at this point?
I think it would benefit the game overall. I think certain groups would be pissed off.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, I'm not super leaning either way. I'm kind of in the middle. I could see it positive for both reasons. One, obviously, you don't wipe the world because you're fucking screwing over the guilds that did work really hard, and maybe some people use some, questionable methods to get their unorthodox, questionable, whatever methods to get the castle originally. But again, it's part of the game. Starboard released it this way. That's they played the game.
Right.
As long as it wasn't duping or hacks, you know what I mean? And I don't think any of the keeps were. So
I don't believe so. No. I really do hope. Go ahead.
But then I can see why you would wipe it, because like 80% of my guild can't fucking log in at any given time. So it's like, everyone's experienced this. Maybe there's like entire guilds that can't log in, because like my guild's fucking massive. So if like 20 people out of 140 people are getting in, then I can only imagine like a smaller guild like yourself, like maybe 2 people out of 30 people are getting in. You know what I mean? So it's just really imbalanced in a way.
Haven was beautiful. Haven was beautiful. Yeah. We had everyone in on Haven. We min-maxed the living shit of it. Everything went to plan. And then we got to Merlin, and none of us could play. So like, in terms of like, this world is supposed to be this like persistent, unique living world, right? Especially without sieging implemented into the game. Like, there's no content. Imagine 130 members of one guild get in, and then 2 members of a 500 level or 500 member strong guild get in, right? Who the fuck's gonna get the keep first? Really, realistically speaking, right? The rest of the members can't get in. Nobody else can log in the first place, so there's no competition. People walk over to the keep. Ding, 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 done. Right? Cool. We have a keep now. So it's like, how do we balance that? Right? How are we going to say that this world is as it should be if 95% of the player base cannot play the game?
Yeah, it's like I said, like it is what it is. I mean, fuck. Like, I could see it from both sides, so I don't really have a strong opinion on either. Because,
I mean,
like, I'm almost at the point where I'm gonna have a castle. You know what I mean? So like, I'd be like screwing over my members if like I was the deciding factor. I would never be the deciding factor. But if I was the deciding factor in wiping the world, like, I'd be screwing over my own guild. So I could see it in that way too. It's like,
well, so you're saying screwing over in the case of like, you'd lose the time and the effort you put into the resources. Without a doubt, that's a fucking devastating blow. And that's mind-numbing levels of hours of just pressing R on a fucking tree and some rocks, right? Like, that's just boring. Nobody wants to do it. Nobody wants to do it twice, for sure, right? And so it becomes, it really, yeah, you're right. There's an argument for both sides, for sure. I hope they implement sieging sooner than later. Because if we, at least with sieging, then, people can fight back and forth. The keeps can be, like, even if you don't have a keep, you can still fight for a keep if you are able to siege it, right?
Yeah, 100%.
And so we just had to get to that point in the first place. That's the problem.
Yeah, I mean, we're definitely missing like core mechanics like sieging for sure. And then war decks and stuff like that to further contest, like, because like really what a war deck is a way for a small guild, like a small coordinated guild, to fight a larger, less coordinated guild, just because they're larger, so they're going to be less coordinated, of course, on certain levels. So that is a way, through guerrilla warfare and attrition is one way that smaller guilds have a chance to get against bigger guilds. And that's kind of how that's part of like the balance of the game too. It's like, yeah, you could be like this huge Zerg that just invites everything that moves, versus like a small guild that like only takes in super dedicated, like, sweaty people that, work well together, and, maybe they can't fight you in the open field when you have 30 versus 5, but like in the middle of town, when they're picking and choosing their fights, like it's a much different feeling. So there are core mechanics that we are missing that we don't have. So the game would be totally different with those in.
Yeah, and like there's any number of solutions they technically could have done during all this, but not any one of them is a like perfect or a technically great solution. So it's like, what were they supposed to do, right? Like they wanted to release the game, the castles and sieges, or the castle like claiming system is in the game, so it's like they're not gonna like disable it just so players can have like the theoretically fair, right? Because like that's one of the premier features is there are these ruined castles around, and you could fucking make it into something beautiful. You can build this castle out of it, and you can have that be your base. How cool is it to own a fucking castle, right? And so I wouldn't want to invalidate all that work that went into it just immediately. I wish there was some way we can get some like maybe some return on investment or anything like that. I'm not sure. There's no right or wrong answer. I was just curious to know your opinion on that. Because they made like the strong statement of we are not wiping the game ever. The game is ready. It is here. This is the world that we are living in. And who knows? This might just become like part of the world's lore or part of the world's history, right? People might do something with it. I just hope. I really hope that it doesn't become we had 300 people at launch and you had 6 out of your 300 people, so you'll never have anything nice again, right? Like say sieging is implemented a year down the line, you're telling me we're going to have players that are going to go 12 months without even potentially having the option to have access to that content because they didn't implement a feature that should have been there at launch.
Yeah, for sure. That's always, a worry, but at the end of the day, like, you just gotta have a little hope and just play the game for other reasons.
Exactly.
So, like, I could play this game, not have a castle at all, and totally have fun.
Exactly. And that's what we're fucking doing.
I don't know.
That's what we're fucking doing.
It's an investment, and it's it becomes like your responsibility to then hold on to it because you put so much investment into it. Especially right now, where there's like literally no benefit to have it. It's just more of like, well, it's an investment into the future because you know what's coming with TC. So you want to have a castle now, knowing there's no sieging, knowing there's no other way to get one besides like first come first serve. So you're buying it now for the potential of it in the future. So
yeah, it's an investment you're making. You're putting a lot of time and effort into something that's going to get you fucking jack shit right now. I really hope to see come out of this game with such a like modular building system is I want to see proper towns being made. Like player made towns at some point. Like honest to fucking God.
For sure you will.
We saw some of them.
You'll see like stuff from like housing with like, little stations outside their house, and then you'll see like small villages, and then, you'll get all the way up to like fucking metropolises, like, like 100 houses outside someone's castle. Probably like, I don't know if Kodo's, but like the Western Step one where that's like between Vada and Meduli, that is the perfect spot for like a metropolis because it's like flat all around it and stuff like that. Plenty of room to build. Even my own keep that we're planning on getting is the Central Step one that has like so much like flat open build space around it. You'll just end up seeing like fucking like sprawling like housing all around it and shit like that. So you're gonna see it just because it's convenient to live out in the world rather than constantly having to go from town to where you want to go.
Major cities, exactly.
Yeah, that's much.
Have they implemented the mobile workbenches and shit like that, or like the actual stations there implemented in the game yet?
So you have like the crafting stations and I think like the furnace, but you don't have like crusher grinder. You don't have stables. You don't have a bank. No trade broker, but you have like the crafting station. So
okay. So at the moment, they're moving towards it.
Yeah, we're probably like a third of the way from being livable because like I wouldn't live there without a stable, a bank, without like crusher grinder. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, all I could do is like craft, and like that's not livable. So
right. Out of sheer like curiosity here. Did they ever have? Because we never got like to. It was only just myself and 2 other people in Mortal One, so I'm not sure. Like we never got to that point in the game. Were you able to build like walls and such, or was it just the buildings?
Yeah, but it's different this time. So in Mortal 1, you could place walls wherever, pretty much. If you owned a castle and you expanded your territory, like you would have territory control towers where you expand your territory this much in this direction or whatever, and then you could build whatever you wanted there, including walls. And then if you didn't have a castle, you could have a higher level guildstone and like a house or something, and it
Right.
would generate influence, and then you could build your custom wall, place walls wherever.
That's badass.
In MO2, it doesn't work that way because people abused it so bad and so much content was walled off that only castle owners will have walls, and they are not custom placed. They're static in the world, and you just they're ruins, and you just build them up for where they are.
Gotcha.
So it's very, very different in that sense.
Man, because there's no real way to like prevent the abuse in terms of like protection of content besides making unclaimable zones, right?
Well, you'll
was that-
have guards. You'll have
Right.
guard stations. So hopefully that the guards aren't. But the thing is, like he said, that you'll have to like outfit the guards and stuff like that. The only thing I'm concerned about is like for like a guild like yourself. Like let's say because you're not like you don't claim to be PvPers by any means, right? Like you train well enough to be able to defend yourself in certain circumstances. But like let's say you guys went out and built a village. You don't have walls. All you're relying on is like your PvP prowess and maybe guards, right?
Right.
But if you have to constantly outfit the guards with like gear and stuff, my concern is that people will literally just go to these villages and farm the guards for sets, not only to like hurt you, but to farm their own sets, like for gear sets that they then don't have to go out and farm themselves. And as we know, the AI can be super fucking weird in this game, and maybe he's just sniping your guard from like 300 yards away with a longbow, and like that's how like you're losing like 100 sets a day is from someone doing that type of shit too.
Yeah,
That's what concerns me.
It's gonna be annoying for sure, and there's no like real easy way to get around that because like the most we could do, the most thing we could think of to do was make just a wall of like really shitty houses and just make like our bit like use them as as like shitty fucking walls, just end a circle around it so we could put our shit on the middle, to at least keep it protected from like people sniping from a distance. But that's just a lot of random bullshit materials that we just don't really want to have to put time into. So yeah, protecting our base is literally going to be up. Well, I think the counter argument to that there is like it's going to suck if we make our base in a very open place. But I feel like there are locations on this map that have like natural cliffside protections and such that'll allow us to at least make it harder for them to do that. Now, there's no way we can make it impossible, and it's going to be a problem for sure. But I do think there are locations on the map that will allow small guilds like us to facilitate such a base, at least enough out of the way that no one's really going to stumble upon it unless they're really trying to.
Yeah, and I mean, well, you're gonna be streaming it, so
For streamers, we're fucked.
yeah,
There's nothing we can do about it. People stream snipe all the fucking time. We've been killed so many times via stream snipe, but that's why us being the pussies we are, we'll just call mom and dad, and mom and dad will come and fight you guys. And we'll stand behind them like, yeah, fucking get them, coalition allies. Fuck you, right?
get him, Kuthara.
Get him, Kuthara. Fight them. Come on. It's literally like, dude, my dad works for Nintendo. You have no idea. Like, I'm gonna have him ban your account. Like,
My fucking dad works for Nintendo. You little shitter.
dude, you have any idea who you just pissed off? My dad is Henrik. But like, yeah, we have no fucking shame. We have no shame in that whatsoever. Like, if we get our asses handed to us because we're getting stream sniped, then we'll just call mom and dad and see if mom and dad can come over and give a slap on the wrist and call it a day.
Wait, who's mom?
Who's mom? Honest to God, whoever's willing. But no, it's just fucking whoever ends up wanting to help us. If they did, we'll just be like, guys, they're bullying us. Let's make them stop, and then we'll hope somebody responds to our call. And if they don't, then our day will continue like normal. Nothing will change. Or even better, when people hunt us down and kill us, I get free plot points to use.
The Ashen Order was unfortunately defeated by the bandits.
Right? Like that's stupid. I could just swing it into something like that. Everything is fucking free content. It's just free fucking content, and that's the best part about it.
Jeez, your voice, man, that's so good. It just like flips on a dime, dude.
What the really shit fucking Oblivion NPC? It's like,
I am Ziggs Cogvis. We run the fucking none of the Archmage of Winterhold. Blah 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 blah.
it's just a shit accent in gravel. I wanted to do something like a la Twitch from fucking League of Legends, but that was just gonna hurt after a while. Don't tell me
Wait,
you play League. Tell
can
me
you
you
do
don't
it?
play League.
I don't play League. No. Fuck
Thank
no.
fucking Christ.
I'm a real
Thank-
gamer. I play Smite.
How are you somehow worse? No, listen. Smite is a fantastic game. Smite is a fucking fantastic game. I just suck dick at it. So I play League
No,
instead.
I've been so terrible these past few years. I used to only play Bakasura, and he's just absolute dog water nowadays, so I can't play anything else. So.
Fuck, who was it? Onrear, I think.
Oh, the lion guy.
Yeah, he has an ability that reminds me of Vayne's Condemn from League of Legends, her E. So I played him or them.
What, the pillar one? I'm guessing.
Yes, because they had the fucking like knockback stun if it hit a wall, right?
Yeah.
Question mark.
Yeah.
That was like that reminds me of fucking an ability in League of Legends. So I was like, yeah, we'll just do that.
Now
here's my question for you.
Bakasura is terrible because it's all fucking auto
Bakasura
attacks.
sucks dick.
He gets controlled too much. You can't. It's not viable. On like a pro level, Bakasura just sucks.
Out of sheer curiosity, do you have any role play experience, Mr. Putson?
Yeah. I mean, like, I don't know an official capacity, but yeah, I used to
Doesn't
praise
have
the
to be
Eternal
official.
Flame in like Arc, and we would roll up on people's bases, and we would try and convert them aggressively. And then, if they joined, we would ask them to open their base to us so we could go in and collect any artifacts for the Eternal Flame. And
That's
if they didn't, we would just
fantastic.
raid them and destroy them and kill them because they were sinners.
Wait, that's fucking fantastic. That's shit like that's the best. That I love shit like that. Like when players can just find a unique way to play the game and enjoy themselves within this world. Like that makes me happier more than anything else. Like genuinely fucking fantastic.
No, that's back in like near the first stress test. I can't. It might have been right after. We actually had like 2 meetings. With like the core back then. They're not in the guild. Most of them aren't in the guild now. We were trying to literally come up with a backstory for the Eternal Flame, and I'll give you like the gist of where we got because we didn't finish it.
Go for it.
I'm
all ears.
Basically, how the Eternal Flame works, I don't know. It's supposed to be for your guild. I'm sorry. I don't know how we're here now.
I asked you this question. Let's hear it. Tell me about your religion. Tell me about the Eternal Flame. Why should I join the Eternal Flame?
So the Eternal Flame, of course, is you're just pure in essence, right? Like you've gotten rid of the taint and the corruption in your soul by burning it away. And the Eternal Flame, where it sounds singular in name, is actually multiple deities within a singular celestial body. So there's 3 deities. And I think what we came up with, this was a long time ago. This is like almost a year now. Sunder was in the guild. He was there actually at the meeting.
Sunder was there? Hell yeah. I love Sunder.
Because Sunder used to be an officer in AC. And I think what we came up with was there was a god of destruction. There was a god of like forging / like balance, like the neutral god. And then there was like a god of creation, god of life. And it was funny because 2 of the god names were 2 figures in the MO2 community, but they're named backwards. And one of them was Niztup, which is Putson backwards. And I was I believe I was the god of destruction. And I can't remember, but we did how do you fucking say Kiernick? Wait. How do you say Henrik backwards? I'm just totally spacing. How would you say Henrik backwards?
Henrik? Kiernan.
Kiernan.
It's like Kiernan?
We made Henrik's name backwards. I think he was the god of like forging because he was like, like he created stuff. Or he was either that or the god of creation, god of life, because he was creating Mortal Online. So we were trying to fit the devs into our god's lore. And yeah,
awesome.
that's pretty much as far as we got with
That's
it. As far as like an official thing, but yeah, we were actually working on the lore for it. But yeah, now nobody in the guild knows anything about the Eternal Flame.
We just shit post. Our lore is all shit posts. We have like the goddess the gamer girl goddess bathwater, which is our holy water. You know, it's pretty good. We baptize people by throwing a fishing pole at them. You know, just normal religion shit. We have fucking God, was it like Lord Mats? I think just because we wanted to do a "Let's go Mets" joke.
Nice.
It's fucking stupid, but like, you know, we try to have fun with it however we can. I mean, I don't forget that we have Mats as the Ashen Goddess's brother. Exactly, right? Sir Mats. Mats Cockfits, the first of the Cockfits family. All of us who have like the S at the end of our name has like the name convention of just really shit. We have fucking like I'm Sig's Cockfits, there's Breezy's Cockfits, and Breezy is our guild's cock, the center of command, or commander of combat, however you'd like. Directly under him are his balls. It's battle and learning and listening. So yeah, you know, we have the cock and balls of the Ashen Order, and then if you want to become a ball, which is one of his direct people who's working for him, you have to get through the training phases of the scrotum, but I don't remember what it stands for. I don't remember what the scrotum stands for, but it also has an acronym. And we're just trying to make everything as awkward as humanly fucking possible for anyone we explain this to. So we'll just walk by like, oh yes, I'm Sig's, High Priest of the Ashen Order. And they're like, oh cool, it's a priest. You know, they're cool. It makes sense. I'm like, and here are our cock and balls. And they're like, ah, there it is.
I forget what movie it's from. You've seen it. Everyone's seen it. It's like a 2009 movie or something. But like that guy who just like draws penises like in school, and he eventually got caught, and he just has like this notebook of him drawing dicks. Like he just has like this unusual obsession with like. You don't know what I'm talking about? That movie? Fuck. Who knows what I'm talking about? That fucking movie.
I have no idea what movie it is.
It was like those 3 high schoolers that like Superbad. You never saw Superbad?
I never saw Superbad. I am as like media illiterate as humanly possible. I don't watch movies fucking ever. I just play video games.
Well, this guy, like one of the characters, like the main characters, like he was just like this little kid, and he was like all he would do is just like he had an obsession with drawing like cock and balls on like and like all different fashions, like really good illiterate pictures of like astronaut like dick and then like cowboy dick and like just all these different scenarios of like penises. And like he get caught out, and he had to go to like therapy for like so many years to like correct it. But yeah, it was funny as shit. It had nothing to do with the plot of the movie. It was just like a side thing that happened in the movie.
It's fucking awesome. We just I don't know. We just want things to be uncomfortable and awkward. That's it. That's all we want it to be. Because we want to like entice people with roleplay, and then when they come in and we start explaining it, they're like, "Oh fuck, I don't know, man."
You should definitely go watch that movie though. High recommendation.
I'll have to watch it. Superbad.
I feel like you would enjoy it from your personality. I definitely think you'd enjoy it.
I laugh at fucking Zoomer humor bullshit. I mean, look, I have fucking like softcore hentai on a fucking board behind me. Like, I don't know what you want from me.
I did not even notice that until you fucking pointed it out.
Dude, listen, you don't understand, right? I love that thing just because when I was introduced to my friend's girlfriend for the first time and we all went to the beach, I was like, what's the best way I could possibly embarrass him in front of her? And so we went to a fucking like anime like weeb shop in fucking, where was I at? I think it was fucking like San Jose or some shit, right? And we found this. And we were like, what better gift could we give him upon us first meeting his girlfriend? And so we bought it, we went to the beach, it was all great. As they go to leave, and like we've had like a fun day, we're like, oh, hey, don't forget the gift you asked us to get you, right? We finally found it. They finally had it in stock. We were looking for it just for you. And he's like, what the fuck are you talking about? We open up the fucking back of the trunk, pop the scroll down fucking immediately. His face flushes full red. His girlfriend just gives him this fucking look. And that look will stay with me forever. And he didn't take it. He didn't want it. He didn't fucking want it. $45 goddamn dollars was spent on a shitty wall scroll for a fucking anime I don't watch, right? So I may have lost the money, but I won the circumstance, and I kept it. And our house that we just moved into doesn't have blinds, so I figured, what better solution could there be?
Imagine if he didn't react and he like just took it. Like there would be no good memory there. You know what I mean? Like
If
it would
he
just be another
exactly,
memory.
if he had taken my softcore hentai wall scroll, I don't know what I would have done. I would be a very different person than I am now.
Like you may not even be streaming, dude. Who knows?
I wouldn't be a streamer without my softcore head. No, dude, fuck it. That was the same beach trip where he kicked a full he just kicked a whole thing of sand into my fucking yeah, what was
Goddamn.
it? Fucking funnel cake or some shit. But yeah. Anyways.
What is
how
that?
the fuck what?
Wait, go ahead. No, go ahead. What were you gonna say?
Go ahead. I
No,
have
you go.
nothing interesting
No,
to say.
so
I fucking say the thing, streamer man. Ask the question.
What the fuck is that on your left side behind you? Is that a TV? Like what is that?
Yeah, that's a CRT TV with a GameCube on top of it. It's at the
What the
GameCube
fuck?
main menu.
What do
See,
you,
it works.
It's like it's like one of those old ass TVs.
Yep, it's a genuine I could plug an NES into that, get my fucking light zapper gun, and I could fucking play Duck Hunt on that shit.
How much does that
Yeah.
cost? Like
I don't
$2?
know. I've had this basically since I was born. So
Really?
I've always owned that TV. I've kept it in pristine condition.
And what the
it's a
fuck is on your
shit
Christmas
TV.
tree?
Oh, all of those, every single one of those Christmas ornaments. Dude, I have a fucking another camera. But
just
every
tuned
single
into
one
the
of these
latest
Christmas.
channel
Why did I
on
use a
Twitch.
lavalier mic? I have wireless mics. Every single one of these ornaments was part of a Christmas fundraiser, right? Where I had every tier 1 sub got their name written on a single Christmas ornament. And all of those are tier 1s. And then fucking here, it's gonna look like shit. Here's what we're gonna do. Ready for this shit? Fuck it. We'll do it live. That's like my mantra. Minimum effort, maximum content. Let me plug in. I have a separate camera specifically for this. All right. Listen. All right. You ever heard of the phrase fucking call to action? Look at this shit.
Nice, dude.
Oh wow. Why? That's not the fucking. That's not the thing at all. Custom. Give me a 1920 by 1080. All right, activate.
What you're doing right now would take me 10 times as long to figure out.
Oh, I've done this a million times over, and then because it's scaled incorrectly, transform, fit the screen. All right, so the settings suck dick on this. But if you ever wanted to hear of a call to action, on my actual fucking desk, right? Every tier 3 sub and people who have been subscribed for 12 months or more get their name written somewhere on here with a fucking art, just art all over this fucking thing. Like I had a friend come over and they fucking did that. There's all sorts of names all over this fucking thing.
Jesus.
That's it. Yeah.
That's cool though.
Yeah, eventually I'm going to have an arcade cabinet there, and it's going to be bright white as well, and I'm going to write names all over that fucking thing.
Guys, if you want to get your name written on his desk, tier 3 sub.
That's it. We have all the commodities, everything you need to stream, like a taser. We have fun here.
That's a taser? Is that what you said?
That's a real taser.
Jesus.
I have a thing called Throne where you could basically gift shit to streamers without knowing their address because it's done through this third-party website basically, and people have bought all kinds of awkward stuff. So if you see on my 4-foot-tall John the dog cardboard cutout, you can see my I Heart Cocktails socks. Those were a gift from Throne. The fucking taser was a gift. The Crocs you see over there were gifts. The fucking plushies were gifts.
Thank God the Crocs were gifts, man. I was worried, man.
Dude, I can't wear fucking Crocs. I wore it once. Terrible. They fucking feel like shit.
Are they even the right size for you?
I don't know. It was Croc size. They didn't ask to specify the size. They asked to specify a fucking color, and I was like, fuck it, dude. Give me I don't know, teal. Or some shit.
Why are they saying kiss the Momo? What the fuck is
Kiss the Momo? All right. There's a VTuber named Momo who I'm friends with, and basically, we had made some joke where whenever she eventually tier 3 subbed, we'd write her name on my desk, and I would have to kiss it every time somebody tier 3 subbed, just because what's more awkward? What other awkward things could you do? And she popped by after that, dropped a tier 3 sub, 20 subs on top of that, and said, "Fucking kiss it."
Make out with it.
That's been the thing. That has literally been the thing ever since. We've been kissing the Momo since that fucking day, and it's got to be one of the most awkward things I've ever done in my entire life. Because I just have to kiss my desk every time someone tier 3s.
So you just basically sold your soul to full simp mode at this point.
When you put it that way, Oh, dude, absolutely. Listen,
think-
she came by my maid outfit stream and said I looked hot. How could I not? Right?
You have a maid outfit?
Yeah, of course I have a maid outfit. You're a streamer. Where's yours?
I have a robe.
You were.
I have like a little monk robe thing. It's actually fucking terrible. I ordered it off Amazon. It looks so good on there. I got it. It's just the worst. It's the worst.
I've danced around. Let's see. I own a Tingle, like from fucking Legend of Zelda. I own a Tingle cosplay, which I've danced around in. You know, it's been pretty good. I own a maid outfit. Someone's trying to get me to buy Genshin Impact fucking cosplay. Dude, listen. All right. All you have to do is promise that you'll sell your fucking soul, and then they'll just give you subs for it, right? Be like, dude, we'll give you a thigh, we'll give you a thigh cam, and they'll be like, yes, yes, and they'll be all over that shit, right? Like you just fucking go like, I don't know, the 100 subs, I'll do a backflip, and they're like, we want it, here you go. It's pretty
funny, dude.
That's pretty much it. Would you make a tattoo of Henrik's face on your body for MO2 sublife or not? How much would you pay me to do it? We're talking a real tattoo? How much would you pay me? Would you pay the cost of the tattoo and on top? Because I would get Henrik's face tattooed on me for money. Absolutely.
Well, they're paying you with the MO2 sub life.
Wait,
you get a sub for life to MO2.
If I get Henrik's face, wait, really? That's a thing? Oh, I didn't know.
Let's assume it runs for 10 years, $15 a month, which is what? That's 150. It's $180 a year. 180 times 10. That's $1,800 value.
Damn.
For Henrik's face.
A tattoo of Henrik's face. How big does it have to be? Is there a minimum?
No, it should be like a little emoji size, like little Henrik face, like right on the V line, you know, where it goes to the crotch.
Oh yeah, of course, you know, because when she's filling you up,
yeah,
you gotta let her know you're serious.
Whose face is this?
They're like, don't worry about it. He's my dad. Just keep going. Oh man, $200 needs to be recognizable. Full chest coverage. All right, listen, I would do some shitposts. I would do some shitposts for this. I don't know if I'd get a full body tattoo of Henrik. I would not. Never. I don't think I could. Absolutely not. Oh god.
Would you get like mortal tattooed, like the word mortal?
Just the word, probably.
Yeah, because I mean that wouldn't be like the worst tattoo, right? Because that could apply to like a lot of stuff.
Yeah. I mean, I would definitely do it. I don't think I would ever do. Would I do the face? If Mortal fixes its shit and I plan to play it for like as long as I think I do, then you know, probably, you know, I could probably see myself doing it. It depends. That's tempting. Fucking free
you just gotta
sub.
get sponsored and shit too, though. I mean, come on, man.
I applied to the content creator program, never got a fucking message back. Nothing.
Yeah, they're not like that's not like at all a priority for them. Although maybe it should have been, but then again, you know, the servers don't fucking work, so it doesn't matter.
Oh man, I still love the like. Did you guys? Okay.
Oh no! But back into the queue.
I have
kill myself.
to ask you this. Okay. Did you guys have a script for the launch podcast thing? Did they give you guys a script? Or did they just say, get all you people in a room and talk?
So, how it went down, I think he invited the other people. I asked to be invited. And then he said, oh, okay, we're doing it, later today or whatever, just show up at this time. I was like, okay. So right. I don't know how it went for everybody else. I think he invited them. I asked to be there. And so that's how I was there. And as far as I know, there was zero script. It didn't feel at all scripted to me being a part of it.
Man, there weren't even like question prompts or anything. Because I feel like it was just like, all right, go children, talk.
No, literally nothing.
It
was nothing.
It's so awkward.
Like, we didn't even know what we were going to be talking about. Actually, before the stream went live, he did say, he was like, by the way, I don't really know what we're going to be talking about. And if you guys have stuff you want to talk about, and then, I think Jonah even stepped up. He was like, oh, dude, don't worry about it. We'll just talk about fucking whatever, like all the shit in Mortal. And he was like, "Oh, okay, well, good." And because he was like the whole time before the stream, like we were all like just shit talking each other for like an hour, like goofing off like in the Discord call, and he was like literally working on like the stream and like the portrait and like getting everyone in their like spot, because Henrik does all that shit by himself. He doesn't have someone to do that for him. So
he doesn't have a media team. It's just him.
no, it's literally just him. Like the Farmer Joe doesn't do like anything for his Switch. It's all Henrik. So
Oh shit!
props to Henrik for that. You know what I mean?
Fucking. I mean, that's stressful. That's gotta be hella stressful.
Well, he did have someone make the giveaway cinematic thing, like where it was like counting down and then like the thing opened. Like he had someone make that. But as far as implementing it into his stream, he did that.
Damn. I mean, I like I strive for the lowest possible quality on my streams, so I couldn't imagine putting in like a shit ton of effort into that. Dude, this next stream's gonna be dicey. I'm looking forward to it though. I'm looking forward to hearing what he has to say about all of this. That's what I'm interested in.
I feel like he should have a lot of viewership too, because like the giveaway stream was obvious like his biggest viewership, only probably because it was such a giveaway stream.
Right.
So I'm excited to see like on a normal stream like how this next one's gonna go, because it should be popping for better or worse.
It's gonna be interesting to say the least, but I'm excited for it nonetheless.
I can't believe the game fucking kicked me out. So we literally have to stare at our fucking login right now? Otherwise, we get kicked.
I've been kicked out 3 times. Every time you see me like tab away to click shit, it's to re-queue back in.
This is actually fucking broken.
It's annoying, but at least there's like a potential that we could get into the game at some point, right?
Well, the game must have logged me in at some point, because it kicked me out of the queue, but the game was still open. Like it didn't crash. Like it was just
gotcha.
So I definitely got in at some point during this interview.
I was having a weird thing where Mortal Online 2 would just fucking one-shot my PC out of nowhere. It was Mortal Online, like there was 2 games that affected it. It was Mortal Online 2 and then Halo Infinite. And I ended up completely reinstalling Windows specifically for it. Like, hold on, something fucking fell. The fuck do you want? Oh, nobody was there. All right, whatever. Oh, Breezy. Oh, cool. Breezy's awake. All right. Breezy said the other acronym for the scrotum, just because this is important lore, of course, is specially crafted representative of the unified militia. So there you go. That's what the acronym stands for. So we've got our stuff in order.
There you go.
Oh, Jesus Christ. You have any other questions for me or anything like that? Like anything else that piques your interest about?
I was literally going to ask the chat. I was going to ask the chat if they have any questions. What were you saying? What were you going to say?
Out of curiosity, how did you discover us? Did you run into the YouTube videos? Was it just recommended to you via algorithm, or like did you see it on the Mortal Online 2 videos channel? Like how did you end up running into the Ashen Order?
I don't know. I think maybe someone was talking about you guys and they linked me a video, and it was literally that first video where you were talking about where you were like telling people, hey, stand on these 2 sides of the room, and then that guy walked in and I was like, oh fuck, like, this is actually hilarious.
Gotcha.
Yeah, so I think someone recommended the video to me, and then I saw it, and I've seen like 3 other videos since then, I believe. Another one I fucking loved when you did the baptism for Omitis joining Kodo.
Oh, dude, that was great.
My favorite part was like when you were like, huzzah! And he's like, huzzah! And then he would run away, and he comes back. He's like, huzzah! And then he runs away, and then he goes the 3rd time, and you're like, huzzah! It's like, okay, get the fuck out of here. We don't get paid by the huzzah.
Fuck you, dude. We don't. Dude, he just kept running back and forth. Dude, I love Omitis. Omitis is fucking hilarious, dude. That fucking guy is amazing. I love his energy and the way the way he speaks is enticing. He's fucking phenomenal, dude. Like Koto literally just DM'd us and went, "Hey, can you guys do a baptism?" And we're like, "Fucking when?" And they're like, "Tomorrow." We went, "Yeah, sure, I guess. Yeah, absolutely. Fuck." And we planned as much of a like scene for them as we possibly could. My personal favorite part for that had to have been the little sneak in of like, it's like, do you believe that Kuthara has the most massive cock in all of Knave? Like,
oh my god,
this is the most important part. You can't not agree to this part.
You can feel how badly he wanted to say like not answer that question.
Yes.
Yeah, man. That was good stuff.
I misspelt his name.
Wait, what do you mean? How'd you misspell it? Where?
I did "oh my tis," not "oh my tuss" in the subtitles for the video. The entirety of the video. His name's misspelled
Wait,
because nobody sent me how it was spelled.
wait, it doesn't have a U in it. If that's
That's exactly.
oh,
That's
you
the
put the
problem.
U in it originally.
Yep.
Oh,
Not
okay,
originally.
okay.
That was it. That was. I'm pretty sure the entirety of the video. Yep, I did "oh my tuss."
Oh, okay.
It was a whoo. All right, there's some chat questions. Do you want to read them out and then I'll answer, or do you want me to read them out and answer? What do you want to do?
So when is Ashen Order going to come and build a church in Acolyte's territory?
If the acolytes want us to build a church, well, first of all, we have to get our actual like base down because that's our priority. And we don't like. I don't know if we have the money to push into that right now. But I mean, maybe down the line, once the games progress a little bit more and we've kind of found our footing, we could definitely talk about it. I mean, if the acolytes would have just come roleplay with us, by the way, and this is an open invite for any guild. If you want us to like walk to your fucking place, like or like make a fucking like pilgrimage to your place and preach to your people, we are more than willing to do so. We'll do whatever crazy bullshit you'll ask us to. Generally, if that's what you're into, then awesome, we'll do it.
Nice. Coolevent2 asks, do you RP all the time? Are there times in game that you just speak normally?
So in game we try to RP all the time. We're usually at least playing our character. But one of the gimmicks of us in terms of roleplay is that we will break character as much as humanly possible to make things really fucking awkward just because we think it's funny. So like we'll have times in the middle of roleplay we're like, "Huzzah! You are Almightiest, the strong, the mighty," and hey, dude, get the fuck out of here. Fuck you, dude. What the hell do you think you're doing? Right? Like we try to break it as much as we humanly can just to have that like dichotomy between the two. So we're technically always role playing, but sometimes it's just us fucking bullshitting around.
Coolevent2 had another question. Does Ashen Order see doing any collabs with the Milkers or Klee? The same. Klee is the guild leader of Milkers.
Tell them to fucking ask us. Yes, if they want us there, we'll be there. Anybody. Yep, that we are more than like the Milkers sold us really shit food and we loved every minute of it. All right? So like we'll preach religion to them and they'll poison us.
Foe underscore says, Hatkid, what in-game RP systems mechanics would you like to see the most? What RP mechanic system that MO2 has planned are you anticipating the most?
Let me crouch. For the love of God, let me fucking crouch. I don't care what button you signed it to. Let me crouch. Let me sit in a chair. The second I can crouch and RP like hold R in a chair and then sit down and then my hands are on the table and I can look around. Like, let me do that shit, right? I'm anticipating an emote selection wheel or a list of some fucking sort, right? I want to properly be able to do emotes. I'm looking forward to like roulette tables and shit like that, and like what other medieval-esque card games they introduce. Because I feel like for our tavern specifically, the Smoldering Ember, it'll be a lot more fun instead of just talking, right? Being able to properly have sit down, come play a game with us, wager some gold, have some fun with it, right? I would love for there to be in-game shit like that. I want just more RP elements. Anything that could be used for more visual decorations for houses, better interactivity between players in terms of like in like some MMOs where you can like slash dance and someone slash dances with you and you'll dance together, right? That kind of shit, right? Like I would just give me a fucking emote list. Don't make me hunt for it. That's all I ask.
Yeah, like a little scroll wheel or like
Or
like
like
a
a
circle
scroll
thing.
wheel or an
Yeah.
assignable thing, or like let me hotbar that shit. Because for roleplay, being able to hotbar that is amazing. Now, one of the things I'm very much anticipating was when Henrik hinted at like the facial tracking shit with that fucking the Thursar or the Ogmir or whatever the fuck it was. I think it was a Thursar. But like the little face moving around, right? And like properly like tracking off the webcam. If they could allow players to do that on like a local, like an opt-in start stance, I would love to have the webcam properly translate my facial expressions and shit in the game. I feel like it'd be phenomenal. So that's it.
Oh
Final
yeah,
answer.
that could be cool. Yeah.
That'd be cool, badass.
Wolfie BDO asks, what is the Ashen Order's religion? I don't. So you have the god, the Ashen Goddess. Does your religion have a name?
That's it. We are kindled, right? We are each one of us has been rekindled in the eyes of the goddess, right? We don't really have like a name. It's not like the joke name is Ashenism because it feels awkward to say. But we don't really have like a name for the religion. We are just followers of the goddess of Ash, or followers of the Ashen goddess, right? We believe that all came from the ash and all will eventually return to it, right? We believe at one point a great flame swept the nation and everything fucking burnt down, and from those ashes rose new life, which is us. That is largely what we are. It's a joke religion to a degree that has actual lore being made for it that fits it into the lore by our guy Skara, who's he's our lore dude. He's planning all of it.
Perfect.
But that's largely what it is. We just walk around. We want the goal of our religion is peace and unity throughout all of it. That's why we're willing to RP with anyone. We're willing to work with anyone. We'll have fun with anybody that is willing to. We want people to work together for a collective goal.
Cloven 2, third question. Do you see MO2 being on par with GTA 5 as far as RP goes in the future?
If they implement all of the above for the RP systems that I mentioned, then yes. Like, but you have to, like, we can't even like regular crouch to crouch down and uncrouch, right? You have to do like a shit ton of random commands to like do preset animations that you don't really have access to a list of. If they can implement proper like an emote wheel or an emote menu, just give us a menu. Let me bind the emotes to shit, right? Fuck it. I'll give a hotbar to it. The second we get all of those mechanics and like in-game little like mini games and shit, and being able to sit on chairs and like imagine being able to sit at a chair and then press R on a fucking like tank or like a fucking like mug at the fucking table, and you'll start drinking from the mug or whatever, right? Like being able to have those RP interactions will make this huge, because right now there's just not too much you can do besides like walk over and like stand there and look at each other and then kind of wiggle your head while you talk.
Perfect.
I don't think it'll be on par. It'll be behind, but if they continue to add on top of it or allow mod support at some point, something like 5M might exist that would allow us to do more. But I don't see that happening.
Yeah. Stogrim, you played MO1. Did the Ashen Order originate in MO1, or did you roleplay as a different guild, or how did you play in MO1?
Ashen Order didn't exist in Mortal Online 1. We only had 3 people. It was myself, Breezy, and Zavak. And then like the assortment of other people who tried it and then just left. We loved the game concept, but there just wasn't enough in the game. Well, there was enough in the game, but like it was too difficult for a lot of our friends. They just got pissed off whenever they died and they quit. So there was no guild in Mortal Online 1. We were actually saving up. The last recorded stream I have of Mortal Online 1 way back when has us with a goal, or a gold goal, to get a house, get the deed, and get everything ready to go build our house. So like we ended building a house to make a guild. We never got anything past that. We didn't roleplay or anything like that either. That was before I was introduced to roleplay.
Okay, so you were just playing normally, like
we were just playing normal.
Okay. Undead Fred, you have a religion centered around flame, and your first instinct is peace and tolerance, and not a fiery crusade to burn the witch and the heretic.
Yes, and that is precisely the point. We wanted to subvert our whole gimmick is subverting like expectations, right? We didn't end up like when we thought of our original goddess, we like a lot of them played fucking Dark Souls, so we thought of like Ash being Ashen, kindled, all that shit sounded cool to us. And so we're not centered around the flame. We're centered around the ash. That's precisely it, right? It's very much more a like rebirth than a like burning flame. But we use flames to get to ash because that's the natural progression of things.
Well, I don't know if ashes really, resembles rebirth.
It's not. It doesn't. That's the point.
Yeah, I think that just means everything got fucked up. Like it's over at that point.
We already fucked up. Everything burnt to the
hope.
goddamn ground.
There you go. Did MO1 have any RP mechanics that is not? No, not really. I mean, they had like dies and shit, I think, in MO1.
Yeah, they had dice you could roll. I'm pretty sure.
No, not dice. Die like to color your shit.
Oh, yeah. I mean, there was stuff like that. But I don't remember any like super RP heavy shit. I just remember people running at us and killing us.
Yeah, and the combat was quicker too, and like character movement speed was a lot quicker than it is now.
Oh yeah,
so they would run at you faster.
Yep. We actually had a guy we called Sensei. Who just randomly came up and was like, I will teach you. And he fucking like did combat training with us outside of Dendrum and was just like, you are weak. Like he did like all the generic like roleplay shit. And it was fucking hilarious. It was great. And he gave us armor. And then I was like, there's nothing more I can teach you. And he logged off and we never saw him again.
With all this talk about religion and peace, what about the wenches?
What about the wenches? Hey, you can have as many wenches as you want. We're gonna have a tavern full of them. All right. We don't have anything against we don't have anything against wenches. You know. You can have your side piece. It's fine.
So the Ashen Order doesn't promote like abstinence or anything.
Absolutely not. You could fucking suck as much as you want. Dude, you have at it. Do whatever you got to do. We want you to be happy, and we want us to all be together. We want to. You could, we feel like in terms of sexual orientation, we're looking for an orgy kind of feel. You know, that's
Right as you said that, someone says in chat, we even have a single girl in the order.
Do we have one and a squaw. That I don't remember where that joke started, but like we're like Squaw's one of the homies. Squaw's not a girl. Squaw's a homie, and so the running joke just became like we're like men, women, and Squaw, and that just became the running joke for the entirety of this thing. It's been a lot of fun.
Where was the other question? Oh, Cloven2 says, is Hat Kid familiar with Clockwork Orange? I'm getting mad Clockwork Orange vibes from his room setup. Love it. I don't know what that is.
Orange? Are they a streamer?
It's probably a streamer from what I could tell.
Clockwork underscore orange. 1.1k followers. Is it a streamer? Let me see. It is a streamer. Let me take a look.
No, it's a movie. They're saying it's a movie.
Oh, it's a movie? What the fuck's Clockwork Orange?
I've literally never heard that before in my life, but apparently
I have
a lot
no
of people
idea.
know about
Images. Let me see. What, just a bunch of like random bullshit in the background? Well, no, to answer your question, it's not inspired by that, but these images look terrifying and I want to watch this movie.
I've seen Superbad. I've literally never even heard of Clockwork Orange.
I've heard of Clockwork Orange.
I thought it was a streamer or something.
I thought so too. I have no idea.
All right, well, now we're just getting a lot of shit. Let's move on quick. Someone ask another question.
At Hackit, when will you pay for the followers of Ash the money you promised for joining? You see, every so often, I just yeet all the fucking gold we have into my own bank, and then I distribute it. So you'll get your fucking share when you need it.
Hyro Kaiser says, imagine not getting your officers in the interview. Am I right?
I DM'd you.
Feels bad.
I DM'd you.
Is he one of your officers?
I even called... No. I even called Breezy. God, no. Listen, he's heroes. He can't even get our fucking intro right. He's like, praise be the goddess of Ash, onto you. Like, oh man, I pinged the entirety of the Ashen Order Discord. That's it. I was waiting, and then I got nothing. Nobody else said anything. I am not at fault.
Clovid2 says, if your togetherness vision comes to fruition, won't it kill PvP content?
We're not looking for PvP content.
Right, I think he's just asking in general if you think it would.
No, absolutely not. Because the thing is we're part of the coalition, right? And if the coalition goes, we're going to war, we're going to fight, we're going to kill some people, and we want you to help, we'll be like, okay. Right? Breezy, you're here? You should be in the Discord.
Is he in the Discord?
But yeah, so like our the majority of our content is quite literally, oh yeah, Hero's in it. Yeah, see, Hero's here.
Yeah, they could join now. Here. I give them perms. Oh.
Yeah, they should be able to get in.
Well, he was in. I tried to move him and then he left. So I don't know where he just went.
Where the fuck did he?
Guys, either join a channel, I'll drag you, or you can join this channel directly.
But yeah, so we're part of the coalition. They're going to fight, and then when they fight, we will fight with them, right? Like if they tell us we need to come help, we will come help. That is precisely it. So we're not going to lose out on PvP content. There will be PvP content, and we will push it in the sense of like the goddess of Ash has deemed that these people are heretics, and we will have to take them out ourselves, and we'll pull it from some degree of that, right? But yeah, so I don't think it's going to bar out PvP content. And if anything, I think us being RP centered during combat, I know Breezy specifically has had some instances where like he was there to kind of bolster their confidence and their mood before the battle? Wait, he's here now. Breezy, tell
Absolutely.
him about it. Tell him about it.
Yeah, so like one of the things that the Ashen Order does, specifically being an RP guild, especially within a PvP centric coalition, is like a lot of the battles they'll kind of have us come in and we'll give our blessings, give like a rousing speech about how our goddess is with everybody. Um and it really, like, for a lot of the players, even the ones who don't specifically like RP, it's just a very cool aspect for them to be able to appreciate of like us being able to come out there and kind of give these speeches and make these big battles more cinematic and more impactful within the game, to the point, like, even like we'll be in a battle, like, because we'll participate in the battle afterwards, and I was having the people on the other side of the battle, like the ones who were fighting against us, specifically telling their guys, hey, don't kill that guy, he's Ashen Order, they're cool, just go kill Kodo or something, like, don't worry about them.
What? That's nuts.
It happens.
Well, we can't share the same sentiment, unfortunately.
Yeah, unfortunately, I had killed 3 of them, but like
we had a job to do.
it was an honor to die for our goddess. Let's be fair.
And we got some fat loot off of it.
Absolutely.
Blessed.
Blessed loot. That's right. We got
Blessed be.
perps. They gave us they like spoils of war, and they're like, here you go, Ashen Order. We're like, this shit's amazing. We're like, how do you make half of this?
By crafting it.
You guys want to introduce yourself, the people who just joined, real quick, so people know?
Absolutely. My name is Breezy. In game, it's Breezy's Cockfits. I am the air quotes co-leader, but I do all of the hard work over
It's the
Hackett.
real leader.
Yeah,
I just do the
real
PR
leader.
shit.
In game, they call me the Cock. The chief of command. And then obviously we have our apprentice, my like 2 apprentices that I'm working on training right now. Hero, who is currently an officer. Hackett. He's our head of.
He's an
recruitment.
officer?
Yeah.
Wait, Hero's an
Yes.
officer now?
Yeah.
I'm an officer.
He's the one who does all of our.
He
improv.
is an officer, Putson. Just to clarify, you're welcome.
You figured it out. Good job.
Yeah, but Heroes is currently like our head of recruiting. He does all of the processing and gives the brief just to take some strain off of me. And then we have Squar and Puddles. They are both just members of the Ashen Order, but they're really working hard to become one of my apprentices. They're known as the Balls, battle apprentice listening and learning.
They're the direct ones, right?
Yeah.
I beat you to it, Breezy. I explained the acronyms. I'm sorry.
Oh, damn! You've already beat me to the Cock and Balls.
I already told them about the cock and balls of the
and
Ashen
Have
Order.
you explained the militia?
I explained the scrotum. Somebody DM'd me the what the scrotum stands for. Our official military tactics are fucking fantastic. You have no idea.
So do you guys practice like formations at all?
We actually do. We did once. We
Log into the game and do it.
Yeah, exactly. We have, every time I've made plans to be like, let's do more formation practicing and stuff. So I have a background, like I'm actually in the U.S. military right now, so I have a background in the military. So like having tactics, having formations and stuff like that really appeals to me because I can see the benefits of it in my real life work. So we tried to implement a lot more militaristic and like formation based fighting, especially because we have so many new players who aren't MO1 vets. It helps them a lot with being able to deal with enemy players who, while they may be more skilled on their own, aren't necessarily good at fighting with their people.
Awesome. What kind of formations can you tell us about?
Yeah, I mean, it's not super secret. So basically what we do a pretty generic, normally I do an MS Paint stream, but to show it, but basically
Screen share MS Paint.
Yeah,
Come on, show them how official we are.
Breezy, we need the whiteboard.
We need to see the whiteboard. It's not the same without the whiteboard. It's not proper. I can't visualize it.
Breezy patented MS Paint stream.
This is genuinely how we do battle plans.
It's so official.
Very official. Very official.
So we do a pretty generic like actual fighting line. So we have up here, we have our like melee fighters. Look at this. And then we put our mages directly behind them in the center. And then we actually do something that I know a lot of the bigger guilds aren't doing, which is we field people who are dedicated archers. While they are just as good, like basically like glorified melees with a couple extra ability. We feel like personally for us, mages are a very pivotal part of the battlefield, and the one of the hardest counters to mages is archers due to the fact that they have such bad defenses themselves and they have a lower health pool than most melee fighters would on average. Archers really shred through them, so we tend to be in a formation like this, and then the way we actually break it down is our frontliners actually fight in pairs. So we'll have a like main frontliner and a secondary frontliner, and they will work in a battle team pair basically. And the way we try to build our pairs is we want one person who has a more sweep based weapon, so something like an two-handed axe, or even a sword or something like that, and then a thrust based weapon like a spear who works with them. And this just really helps punish in PvP because it's really difficult to block two directions at the same time. And spears right now, and even and daggers in the state of the game with thrust attacks, can basically just spam thrust over and over and over again and be really obnoxious, because if you're not blocking mid, then you're going to take an insane amount of damage. And then they're basically there to put pressure on to let the a person using the axe or the heavier weapon get some hits
Breezy.
in. Yeah.
Message from Cloven 2. Explaining all of your tactics on stream is probably not a good idea, fellows. I say this as a fan. Probably not. Anyways, continue.
Yeah, anyway, continue. I mean, like, what's gonna happen, right? Like, there's obviously people who could try to do it around it, but like, honestly, if you're doing like dedicated prep work to beat the Ashen Order at war, like, dude, what the fuck's wrong with you? You could probably just
Dude,
beat us.
you could probably just walk at us and we'll die.
Yeah.
It's
Oh,
not. If it's in like we've meticulously analyzed every inch of your battle plan, we know where to hit you hard, and then we get into battle and you see them scattered, and you're like, "This isn't the plan they told us about. What the fuck?" And they're like, half our people are like, "I don't know what's going on."
Yeah, and I mean, also, this is just like the very basics of like our formation and how we plan on fighting. This isn't like, I'm not explaining like the super intricacies that we're working on getting toward, right? But like, yeah, having the two melees fighting together is something like I don't see a lot of people do. I basically what I see most people do is they're like, here we have Zerg 1, and then back here we have Magic Zerg. Magic Zerg.
Magic Zerg.
So like, you've got your Zerg 1, and then you've got Magic Zerg, and then they just kind of run at the enemy, and then that's basically their combat strats.
Whoever swings harder wins.
I don't see a lot of people really like focusing on the ability to work with people. I guess like work with your individual pairs or
Stop
things
the
along
screen
those
share?
lines. Yeah. I mean,
What?
that's the gist of it, right? Like, it's the frontline mages in the middle. That's all. Like, that's basically all we need to get into.
I was really
Um,
hoping for like a shield wall formation or something. You know what I mean? Like a wedge formation, or you know what
Yeah.
I mean? Where are the role play like fucking battle like I mean, I get you have that's like a grand strategy formation, but I mean like in depth. Like I need like Spartan shield wall, man.
well, the
Dude,
issue
as much
with
as we'd like to
shield-
role play it, it
Yeah, well,
sucks in practice.
the issue with shield walls currently is that like a shield wall would be extremely good at dealing with like cap charges. You know, if spears and spears and things like that were actually good at dealing with cavalry, but just right now they're not.
Well,
There's no real way to like brace a pike or do anything, or like do a shield formation currently.
well, actually, it's even better because your bodies would just block the horse, and the horse would completely stop,
I mean, yeah, but if
and then you just stab it.
I mean, yeah, but most of the time, like from like mounted mounted combat, like melees aren't really a big issue for us, and a lot of times they're not really going to charge from the front. Exactly. Like, I don't think I've ever seen a coordinated cavalry charge from the front. Normally, what happens from most of the big battles we've been in is infantry charges infantry, and then the cavalry just like kind of rides around randomly one at a time, and just
Well,
rides through the
I
formation.
think you're confusing a shield wall for a phalanx formation though, because shield walls typically weren't anti-cav; they were more like anti-archer and like anti-infantry.
I mean, yeah, but like shield wall, like so people, one, there's not big enough shields really. Like, you could technically form a shield wall, right? And like our formation is like able to be modified to build shield walls and stuff, right? But the biggest thing that we're worried about right now is beating people in combat. And because a lot of people don't, first off, we fight defensively mostly. So we're not going to be really advancing on the enemy and worrying about archer fire. Like shield walls are good in theory. In practice, it just kind of makes a bigger mass of targets for the enemy to shoot at, if that makes any sense. Because
Oh,
shields, there are no big enough shields to really cover the frontliners. It kind of just makes a shield wall makes a big massy clump of targets for people to just shoot archer arrows at, and eventually they get lucky.
well, you said that twice now. I was going to comment on it. If you're all Alvarans and Ogmirs, there's plenty of shields big enough to cover your whole body. Because the shields don't change in size, so you just cover your whole body that way.
The whole thing is
Master
like
races.
there'd be unmin-maxed builds, really unoptimized, but at least hey, we can hold the funny shield the right direction.
Okay,
I wish
so
there was
one of you
tower.
is a
Are there
human.
tower shields?
Not yet. There's gonna be
Oh.
kite shields or whatever, but no, not yet.
Gotcha.
Is one of you a human curite? Is that like the most unoptimized build I can think of?
Not
I
that I
can't-
know of.
No.
No.
Most of our builds are like we've done a lot of like one of the things I actually enjoy doing is like min-maxing out stats and building like the optimized build for each thing that you would want to do in the game. I think human Kurite is like I think if you're playing human, you're playing Tindromech, right? Like I don't really see a benefit in playing any other human. Personally.
Oh,
Like-
you know what they could do if they ever introduce the crouch because of Hat Kid's request, of course. What you could do is you could have a line of Ogmir shield wall, and then you could have like a Thursar line behind them of archers, and they could just crouch down and pop up and shoot the arrows over the
That'd
heads
be
of the
great!
Ogmir. Yeah, and then you
Oh,
can
that'd
crouch
be
back
so
down.
funny.
That would be like sick.
I just want
think in
crouch
that
for
situation-
RP and so I can like hide in bushes and shit. You know how cool
yeah.
it'd be to not have to sit like to like all like fucking like sit down and then like big fucking get up animation to get out of bushes and shit. Like being able to properly like, crouch and shit and move around, like even just that basic movement gives you so much versatility.
The most we have right now is the squat emote, right?
Yeah, but that's a
Have
fucking it's a
love the
fucking
emotes.
it's a fucking emote.
Hey,
me press
hey,
control.
don't
Give
raise your
me
voice
sneak
at Star
mechanics.
Puddles.
Well, because think about it, right? Like one of the biggest
Raise
things
your
is
voice
like
at me, I'm gonna
footstep
cry.
sounds and shit. Well, because think about it, like one of the bigger things too is like especially like in the smaller scale battles is like for the really small like split off ones, or if you're trying to do like for the people who want to play like fucking dagger bullshit, right? Like imagine being able to properly stifle your fucking footsteps by crouching and moving quiet. Like you'll move slower, but you'll move quieter, right? Like I would just love to be able to utilize that in some fashion. Imagine sneaking into someone's keep and properly sneaking around the fucking keep crouch walking.
Yeah. But just to like finish with the like combat, the biggest issue with using some of the like real world combat strategies like shield walls and stuff is that they work for reasons like because of the fact that like spears are mostly thrusting weapons, and the fact that every character in this game is just a absolute master of parry techniques and is able to block an infinite number of thrust attacks if they block in the same direction. It just kind of like defeats some of the strengths of like in real life. If two spears are thrusting at different parts of your body, you can't block both of them, right? And then also just the way combat flows in this game is much different. It's much more like, I guess, duel based in the fact that like you get in the real world, right? You get hit and then you are not able to just like, oh man, I just got like my leg cut off with a greatsword. Let me hop backwards like I'm playing Monty Python in the Holy Grail Simulator IRL, right? Like, but in the game, since there's no slow on getting hit or wounded or taking damage, um, a lot of times you have to break formation if you want to actually secure a kill, or you have to focus archers on them because people are able to get healed. They're able to rotate back out of the front line. So you kind of have to adjust your combat strategy. And as much as RP is very cool, and I'd love to have some very cool RP looking formations, we'd still like to not get the ever living shit kicked out of us every single time we get into combat.
Yep.
I mean, I think formations still have value. I think it's just incredibly hard for individuals to hold a formation angst and adrenaline rush of combat. Because if you think about it, like let's say you have like a line of people in front, even if they don't have shields, let's pretend like they don't have shields even to make it like less strong. Like only like what 2-3 people can hit the same target versus someone who's like broken into loose formation and someone can get completely surrounded, right? And then you have like 4 or 5 people able to hit that same guy. Like the wall will allow you to only like maximize the total number of people that can hit that person, and then for those like 2-3 people that can hit that same guy, you could have like 3 to 5 people that can hit those same people because they're all just like side to side. So I think formations could have a place in Mortal. I don't think they do at all whatsoever. Like I've never seen anyone like walk up in a shield wall formation or do it effectively in any way. I think they could work, or I should say it does happen, but not in like open battlefields. It happens like in Tendrum sewers, just naturally, like people holding a choke point, right? But it's not like anyone made the call for like a shield wall or to form a wall or anything. You know what I mean? Like it's just like, all right, we gotta hold the choke boys, don't let them through, and then like you just end up with like a wall of people, right?
Right.
It's also like a numerical situation, right? So like, if you think about the fact that if you're keeping your people in a densely like packed formation, yeah, you're gonna probably do really well against the people that hit you from the front. But one of the biggest issues is that they're going to wrap around and then they're going to get to your mages unless you have a significant number of people like some of the bigger guilds would have to be able to field on the battlefield. With a smaller guild, we kind of need to spread our front line into a wider formation so that they can stop people from just walking around the side of our formation and walking into our mages. Because like there's no like there is a penalty for dying, right? But like in a real battlefield, if you told somebody, hey, I need you to suicide run into their backline and start killing off the people like their clerics and shit, right? Like obviously there's no real healers in the real world, right? But mages are such high value like low durability targets that you like at that point you need to be able to defend your mages, and that's like the biggest thing that we're focusing on is keeping our mages alive and killing off the enemy mages, because healing in this game is and in Mortal 1 has always been an extremely impactful part of the fight. Because if you're not getting healed and somebody is getting healed, you have to be significantly stronger than them in order to be able to beat them. A good healer can keep people alive through a lot of damage, and as long as your melee fighter is able to press the block key at least once or twice in a fight, it's very hard to actually punish without putting corrupts out or putting things like that out. So if you kill their mages and your mages are still alive, it makes the battle just completely one-sided unless you just have the single best PvP god. If if PvP god XXX 420 is on your side of the battlefield, you might have a chance, but
That's why we have you, Arcock. Our
You
PvP
direct us in
god.
battle.
Our cock is mighty and strong.
And tall.
Pierces through any
handsome.
formation.
And handsome. Oh, very handsome cock.
He very muscular.
Kind of veiny.
thanks, I hate it.
Yeah.
He can spread out magic as well.
Does anyone have any more questions? I really have no more questions, honestly. I'm so drained. Usually like the guild interviews I've done in the past like go like for an hour. This one's like almost 3 now.
Oh shit.
So I'm really
Like,
past the point of
we
like
can pump
questions
out
that
content. That's what
Yeah, don't worry. We can pump we can pump
We are
out
content.
content. Our
For as
cock
long
can
as
go
you
at it
want.
for hours.
Not only that, but our cock has trained us to go at it for hours.
Your
Well, of
cock has
course.
magic
We
powers.
have good
Yeah,
stamina.
We have very good stamina. Myself and Breezy's practice all the time.
At
Remember the
Mensex.
remember the time at Mensex Castle where we gazed upon Kuthara's large cock for the first time.
Men sex.
Yeah, there was remember the castle outside of Baduli named Mensex? Just straight up Mensex. There's nothing else. It was literally just
Oh,
named
we had
Mensex.
so many trainings near
We
Mensex,
trained at
us going
Mensex.
at it
That was a
on
meeting
each other.
point for us. We were like, either meet in the Baduli Fountain or we meet at Mensex. Well, if you don't have any other questions for us or anything like that, it's been a pleasure.
yeah, I mean,
Is there anything
yeah.
you guys wanted to say since you guys weren't here that like may have been missed or not touched upon? Question mark.
Hey, we're recruiting for the Ashen Order. Putson, if you'd like to join, we could run you through an interview and then an onboarding if you're new to Mortal Online 2.
By the
We'd
way,
love to give you the opportunity.
you can be baptized for the Ashen Order and not join the guild. You don't have to be a part of the guild to be part of the religion.
Just putting it
We
out
do-
there.
Yeah, we do. Listen, we are happy to travel anywhere to do whatever stupid RP event you want us to do. All right, we'll have fun doing whatever the fuck you want us to do.
All right.
We do
sounds
birthday
good.
parties.
No,
do?
we
Puff
don't.
Mystery.
We could.
We could.
Do you really want us to do birthday parties, Sigs?
It'd be fun.
Is there going to be gold?
If you
Gold?
pay us, we'll do birthday parties. We'll sing and dance.
Yeah.
Will our
Squire
cock
will do a
have cake?
backflip. Yeah, we do mobile
baptism
baptisms.
square.
Baptism on demand.
Yeah,
We have the
better get
bod.
practice.
Oh my god, it's the bod of the Ashen Order. We have baptism on demand.
Oh.
Oh.
It's
like
like baptize
Netflix.
someone on the way to like Minnow Dungeon.
Yeah, we could do it.
Drive-through
Yeah, would you like
baptism.
to? Oh god,
Bring your
we have
horse
somebody is ordering a bod currently. We have the cock, the balls, the scrotum of the Ashen Order. Now we have the bod. Hell yeah, this is it. This is how we make the lore. Just as I was telling you, we have baptism on demand.
When are we gonna get the condom?
Oh god,
What?
I
What?
fucking hate it here.
Shut
All
up,
right,
Puffies.
let's not.
Get back on your
Let's
crack.
not get the fuck you, Puffies.
Jesus,
Fuck said you.
puffies.
We let you out of your cage.
I
He's
hate
the
this
one
family.
who is. He's the one that does crack.
I
Oh,
Do
he
the
does
funny
crack?
line.
Honestly,
Do
I
the
think
funny
it's-
line, Puffies. There it is.
Oh,
The iconic line as said in
I
episode
guess
2
that,
of the Ashen Order.
Are you good, bro?
The one thing
ahead,
I'm
Breezy.
looking forward to a lot in this game is like ships and naval combat. I think that would be sick if they could add it. I know it's going to be a huge thing and they haven't really put too much effort into it, but I would love to see a like some form of ships or like ship combat in the future. Like, you know, couple years down the line.
Yeah,
I
for
think that
sure.
would be really good.
That would open up like a whole like new like gameplay style, like just like pirating and trading and just shantying on the seas.
Absolutely. And then we could implement, you know, our plans for a navy, you know, our ANUS, you know, our anti-naval uniform service.
Oh my fucking god.
This is your
Why do you
guild.
have this planned? Why
This
do
is
you
your
already
guild.
have this set?
What do you mean? We're always planning for the future here.
He has contingencies for everything.
Yeah,
Oh
exactly.
my fucking god. I'll just be our bard. Alright. Well, sorry for holding you hostage, Pudson. Hope
No,
you have
you're
fun,
good.
I guess.
No, I had a lot of fun. I'm really glad you guys came on. Mostly just you. Everybody else was late, so you must
Yeah,
punish them
fuck
later.
them.
I
No,
was trying
even
to
call-
I was trying to get on. I messaged him, and then he just never responded. So you know. blame
Yeah, he
Hackett.
really ghosted us. Hey, Hat Kid, check your
No,
DMs
no,
to
no.
see a picture of
At
yourself.
9:52 a.m. Hey Breezy, are you people? I can show you the phone call. I called his fucking actual phone at 10:19 a.m. Called Breezy. Okay, and then at 10:30 I remessaged him again. Said I completely forgot Guild interview with Pudson in like 40 minutes. He said fuck, and that was the last message I got from Breezy. He said fuck at 12:35 p.m.
Fuck.
Damn. That's rough.
And you were offline still. You were still on offline away status. After you went on mobile, said fuck, and then went away. I'll fight you, Breezy. I will 1v1 you right now with my fucking Amalj dagger.
Do it. You'll lose.
Log in. Yeah,
You'll
yeah, you know
lose.
what? Log in.
Oh,
Log
working on
in.
it. Oh, catch you in
Me
12
too,
hours.
man. Me too.
Give me a few days.
See you tomorrow.
All right. Let's stop harassing Pudson. Pudson, it's been a pleasure. If you ever want to come by for some RP fun or whatever the fuck you could possibly imagine, you know where to find us. Unfortunately,
Wait, this isn't the Ashen Order Discord.
What?
What the fuck?
you don't
What?
talk ever again. Get him out of here. Can you ban him from the Discord? What the fuck was that? What happened to
I
your
think he was
mic?
plugging the Ashen Order Discord.
Yeah, bro.
Yeah, you can post your
have a
Discord
nice,
in the
sensual-
Discord in the Steam or in the stream in the chat.
Sure. We should have a permanent
Spam
link.
it. Someone
I'm gonna
spam it.
stream.
We don't have a fucking vanity link for it. Man, that's right. We can't make a vanity link unless it's like an actual server. Well, if you're interested in joining, etc., feel free to join off that link on the post there. We're
you
open
go.
to anyone. Just have fucking fun with us.
Mhm.
Pudson, it's been a pleasure. I hope you had fun. I know
Yeah,
we
I
did.
had a lot of fun. That was good times, and I
Hell
feel like I
yeah.
learned a lot, honestly. So thank you guys.
Now-
Appreciate
Now,
it.
you truly know us. Truly. We had a heart to
On a
heart.
personal, intimate level.
I feel like we're brothers now.
I know your
You
cock.
watch Superbad. You know my cock. You've seen him. Your own two hands.
Yeah, I mean, you've met our cock, you've met our balls and our scrotum, and then you've got plans in the future to meet up with our anus.
I can't wait
That's
to
gonna be
embrace
great.
your cock.
Dude, see how easy
I
it
would be
works,
proud to serve
right?
my anus.
What am I?
See? Oh god. Ah! I hate being this part of this guild. Please help me. This is a cry for help. Alrighty.
All right, but yeah, thank you guys for coming. I'm gonna go ahead and shut it down.
All right.
I'll talk to you guys later.
It's been a pleasure. You take care.
See ya.
Bye bye.
See you guys.
See ya. Have a
Oh,
good
wait,
one.
we need to do the thing. Yeah, we don't need to do the thing. You guys want to dip
Adventure?
with style? Yeah, adventure. Who waits?
Huzzah!
Okay, well that was a good little exit. Oh shit! All right, boys. That was a long one, but it was good. I think that was a really good interview. That might have been one of my favorite interviews right there. Good shit. Oh, I'm gonna play their video again. Fuck. Fuck. I gotta hold on, boys. 1 second. 1 second. Da 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 da. Da da da. Bear with me.
Some men understand nothing is logical or unfunny. They can be bought, bullied, reasoned, and negotiated with. Some men just want to watch the world laugh.
And there you have it, ladies and gents. There you have it. Now that's our little promo vid he got for the stream, so I wanted to show everybody again in case you guys didn't see it. But yeah, I really had fun, guys. Thank you all for watching. Thank you everyone for the follows and stuff. I had a really good time doing this. And I hope everyone has better luck than me getting into Knave and experiencing the Ashen Order in game, in person. Hats off to the team. They're working hard. Hopefully we get the queue system fixed soon. But again, thank you guys for coming. I'm gonna go ahead and raid another streamer right now. So stay in here, and we'll move over to another Mortal stream. Thank you guys, everyone, for watching, and see you next time.